Yes, good people, we're back at it again. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Morning show. And a Blue Morning to you all. More importantly, I hope you're all doing well. Today, we're here for a transfer discussion. We'll talk about Lukaku, Hakim Ziyech, Aubameyang, Mason Mount, Moises Caicedofrom Romeo Lavia, Kalidou Koulibaly, plus other players that are not on the list or on the banner. So, yes, but keep dropping the likes on the stream. We'll have 10 likes already. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I hope you all are eating blue, sleeping blue, waking up blue, and overall living the blue life. That's how I live. If you want to ask me whether I'm doing all those things, I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. We have 12 likes already. Let's try and get it to 300 likes today. Each like does go a long way. And if you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you. And as much as you can, keep the topics aligned, and that way, we can last as long as possible. And if the topics aren't aligned, it can be very exhausting. Even though I like interacting with you, I can do this all day, all night, as long as the topics are aligned. But I get it during the start, people drop or whatever they're like in there. That works too. Good morning to you too, Septimus Jimmy. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. It's that time of the when the intro music hits, it's magic. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Jerry Z, always nice to see you. And Code Web says Chelsea should sign Andrew Tate as a motivational speaker for the preseason. Yeah. Since we're signing specialists for everything we need, we signed what was it called? We also signed we signed 2 specialists. Wow, am I still sleeping? It doesn't sound like I've woken up. We signed 2 specialists. One hamstring specialist. The other one used to be a rugby coach or so. I don't remember. But that's fine. I'm gonna move on if I remember. Big up to you too, Eugene. I hope you're doing well. Just having a conversation there. Constantine Dante. Big up my Australian bro. Always nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for all of you that are members of this channel. That does go along with supporting the students. And also the channel can also gain from it. Coach, you get some sleep in the afternoon or go go to bed early. I have a lot going on. So going to bed early is out of the question. But I sleep during the day. Whenever the slightest of space I get, I do sleep. It would get, I think this month, actually, it would get worse for me, but I think I'm able to cope with it. I just have to balance things out. But that's, by the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 16 likes already. Let's keep it going. All Chelsea legends are leaving. Someday they have to leave. So if they're leaving now, that's it. Chelsea, true. Hello, guys. Hello to you too. I hope you're doing well. Jackson is coming. Yeah, we're linked with the key I saw something saying that Chelsea's striker search has led us to what's his first name again? He plays in La Liga, I think. I want to find that again here. Just give me one quick second here. Nizar Kinsella was the person that reported that. Yeah, I'd be lying if I say I know him, and I'm not into that. I forgot his name. Somebody, if you're in the chat, can you tell us more about the Jackson that we're being linked with? I don't know him. I'm not gonna lie to you. So who is he? Tell us more about him. How old is he? Where does he play? From South Sudan, big up brother. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. And my bro Oladipupo Mesole, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for finding the time to join us here today. Brother, do you live in America? Yeah, that's where I am. Why do you ask? Anyway, nice to see you, Chelsea True. Hello, that is Aman FC. Nice to see you, Aman FC. Thank you for joining. Kochila, why we have not seen official presentation of Pochettino, pictures, interviews, etc. Should we expect that on July 1st, around that time, or July 2nd? Because somebody explained something to the effect of him still being contracted to Paris Saint-Germain and will not be free until July 1st. So around that date or the 2nd, but we don't know. But it's nothing, no hold up there, so do not be concerned. Osimhen has to sign. That's what you think should happen. But the question is, does the club want him? I don't know. It's everywhere. Some are saying Mauricio Pochettino prefers Lautaro Martinez. Some are saying he prefers Dusan Vlahovic. Others are saying Chelsea are hell-bent on getting Victor Osimhen. As for me, I'm not sure what's going to happen. And a lot of people, Mesole, big up to you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Jackson is a good player. He cooked Real Madrid, so I have to research him too. Some players, you've seen them in games, but probably didn't pay attention. I don't know him that well. I have to research him to see how he plays. What's his first name, really? I saw his first name, but I couldn't find the tweet. I missed it from the Zarkinsella reporting. That our search for a striker has led us to the Jackson in question. Jackson is amazing. Okay. Using he's banging in goals quicker than you're typing. Wow. Okay, sign Caicedo. It sounds easy, but are we going to be able to sign all these players that you're talking about right now? I'm not too sure. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's start. The first topic we have lined up here. I'm going to do this just quickly. This one says one source believer Romelu Lukaku has already ruled out trying Chelsea again, and would even be prepared to take a pay cut if that means he was able somehow to stay at Inter Milan. This is nothing new here. I'm not too sure why they're reporting this. This is nothing new. This is something we've heard over and over again being rephrased or just phrased differently. So I'm not shocked at this. It's something we know. He's said a billion times that his priority is to remain at Inter Milan. So this there is just nothing new here. I think I saw something that I think the Jackson in question, does he play for Villarreal? But I know, I think they talk, the report says of let me just find it. Let me find it, see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can find that report from Nizar Kinsella quickly. Just give me a second. Nizar Kinsella. Just give me 1 second. I can't spell his name. That's why probably I can't find it. But I'll still search again. But he plays in the Spanish league. Maybe Villarreal. I'm not too sure. I forgot the club mentioned. I watched Villarreal, but I haven't watched them too many, so I may well don't. I pay attention to Samuel Chukwueze, not all, not everyone else that much. But Sign Caicedo, I've read that one. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Like I'm saying, this Lukaku report is nothing new. Except if the person in question is living under the rock. There's nothing new there. He wants to leave. He's reiterated that 1,000 times. So nothing shocking there. This is just the media, people rephrasing what's been out there for a while now. Now, I don't believe anything on what Poch likes or dislikes. Too many contradictory information. That's just the truth, conflicting, if you prefer. Jackson is a skillful striker. Like I said, I need to watch him. What type of striker Jackson is, and never seen him playing pattern. That's what, yeah, you and I the same. I don't know him. Maybe he's somebody that I've seen play, but I haven't paid attention. Lacazette also, Lacazette is a good player. He's still a good finisher. Yeah, but he's not good in the Premier League. Let me see what else we have here. I don't know what club exactly. I'm not too sure. Big up, coach. According to Ben Jacobs, Arsenal are back in for Caicedo. Colwell will replace outgoing Koulibaly. So it appears that our dealings with Brighton are done. Gundogan to Arsenal. Gundogan to Arsenal. Too bad news. I didn't know they were going to be able to get him. I think. Let's see what happens. I don't believe the Gundogan to Arsenal news. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We have 20 likes. We should have a higher number than that. Is there anything cooking for Chelsea in terms of transfer? We don't know. The transfer window is officially open, so just pay attention, and maybe as time goes on, we'll be able to find out, have a clear understanding of the players that we're really looking at. Right now, nothing is clear. It's everywhere. It just doesn't make sense that we're linked with up to 20 goalkeepers and 500 strikers. Please, Chelsea, do not give Lukaku another loan to Inter Milan. That man is fooling Chelsea. Yeah, they are. Both of them, him and Inter, yeah, they really mopping the floor with us. And I don't think we should entertain the idea of letting them keep Lukaku on loan again. If they want him, they should pay up and take him and sign him permanently. Smash the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. 21 likes. We should be doing better than that. I shouldn't be putting up. Polls to ask you to like the video. And for those of you that are watching, but for one reason or the other not able to participate in the chat, please do us a tiny bit of favor. Take a second, drop a like on the stream, and share the stream on whatever social media platforms where you have presence. It will go a long way for us. Yes, Bobby, more importantly, I hope you're doing well, but thank you for saying that. We need to sign a left back. How many left? No, we don't need to sign a left back. Even if by any chance we're able to sell one of our Cucurella or Ben Chilwell, I think the club preference would most likely be to bring back Ian Matson. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. A tall, skinny kid from Villarreal, 12 goals in this season. Then, if you're looking at him, maybe we're really looking at him. I don't know really. So yeah, I have to pay attention to him. You keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. Jackson played the 26 games, 12 goals, 4 assists, better than our attackers, better than a lot of the players we have in the team. Actually, he's done quite well. Our top striker this year has just, I think, 3 assists or so, 7 goals in total. Let's see. Let's assume if Pochettino finishes 4th this coming season, and finishes 3rd next season with an FA Cup, or should we give him another 2 to 3 years? It's not up to me, and I'm not sure what to make of that. There are other factors that, if these things happen, there are other factors we should pay attention to. We should ask ourselves the questions: were we able to get him the players that he wants? Where do we have we signed the players that are good enough to help us achieve more than those? You could say achieve those things you just mentioned. So I'm not just going to say right now, if that doesn't happen, then this should be the case, because there are factors you have to consider. I need a couple of times. I seen him. Okay, you've seen him a couple of times. He's raw. Okay. I see Colin Moani or nothing for me. In your opinion, Colin Moani is a good option, and I like him. And he's one player I've argued he's probably more of Mauricio Pochettino's type of player than other players that we've talked about. Yeah, I need my coffee because it's still 4 a.m. here. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. A lot of people mentioned, I said, but City agreed to extend a Gundogan contract. Pardon my spelling of his name. You spelled it like as it's pronounced, so nothing wrong there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. So I don't believe the Gundo and to Arsenal rumor. But by the way, did I even say hello to my bro, the beautiful game? Yeah, I'm so maybe haven't had enough coffee at the time. But big up to you if you're still watching, brother. By the way, I just hit the like button and I am signing off, Coach. Thank you so much for always finding the time to do that for us. I appreciate you so much. But I hope you're doing well. Kukurea should play in the midfield. And I don't think we have the luxury to experiment. We need to hit the ground running. Get out. If we don't hit the ground running, we may well struggle to achieve a European competition place, if that makes sense. Another one of these signings of a future maybe that we buy and do what with. Yeah, that's. I think we need experience. We need to mix it up from right now. Like Rodrigo would say, we're signing. We're Kinder Janten FC. Big up Coachella in the chat. Big up to you too, Chelsea, all the way. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Poch will fix us. I hope so. We're not finishing top 5 with current squad. Next season, just don't see it in your opinion. I think if we're strategic in the market, we can sign players that will help us achieve that. I strongly believe, deep down believe, that we're capable of doing better than a lot of people believe we do in the coming season. That's just me, my opinion. But before that can happen, we have to be strategic in the market. I prefer Vlahovic to Osimhen. We have an Osimhen in Nkunku. No, you can't even compare those two players. They're two different profile of players. Vlahovic will be an addition with different traits. Like Tabeo explained yesterday, do we really need of Vlahovic? He's already on 200,000 plus a week. So bringing him, he'd be looking for an you could say for a pay rise. That's what players do. Once they switch club, they're looking for a pay rise. So I don't think it's one that we can actually afford to do some Vlahovic right now. But I'm not the club's accountant. We just have to wait and see what happens. I prefer Vlahovic to Osimhen. We have an Osimhen. Yeah, I've read that one there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I just feel like Chelsea should sell all the unwanted players faster before buying any. It's a risk. I'm not sure how they're going to do it. I think they have to be cautious. If they're selling areas where if after selling a particular player we need reinforcement, I think they'd be cautious. They're not just going to let that player go like that. But there are players that for sure, no matter what happens, they're going to leave. If they get a good offer, or if they get a beat that matches the valuation of that particular player, I think they will not hesitate to sell. In the case of Mason Mount, you could say they had no offer yet. So let's not say we're not serious about selling Mason Mount. But Manchester United, we've been hearing that they are interested in signing Mason Mount, they haven't actually put in an official beat. So yeah, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And as I have always told you, please bulk up your contributions in the chat. Send them as a paragraph rather than sending them bit by bit. That doesn't help, please. Coach, we are the boys in the blue. Yes, we are. And by the way, that's the big up to you. It looks like I haven't woken up properly. I'm not able to say hello to people like I usually do. But let's see. I didn't start drinking the coffee on time, maybe. But the vibe, I hope you're doing well. 2 weeks before preseason, this club, man. Look, I'm not going to read complaints today. Just let's talk about what we're here to talk about. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. And big up to you, my brother, Louis Rivera. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for finding the time to join us today. Cesaro looks ready too. You could say that, but it's up to the manager to decide whether he's ready enough to join. We trash players publicly, then want good money for them. Make that make sense. Here's the thing. We're not the ones selling the player. So whatever you say about the player, I don't think makes any sort of difference. That's how I see it. And Bobby, more importantly, I did read your tweet, and I forgot to ask you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're recovering well. Always nice to see you, but more importantly, I will keep praying for you. So thank you for finding the time to drop that in the chat, asking people to keep dropping the likes on the stream. We are at 37 likes already, people. We're shooting for at least 300. We should be at 150 right now. So let's make it happen, people. Pochettino's contract extension will be influenced by several factors. The extent of team improvement, the exciting growth potential, a potential silverware win or close contention in the next 2 years. That makes sense. I think that's a solid argument right there. And the development of relationship with fans and the board, these variables will shape the decision regarding his contract extension. You can say, more importantly, overall, all your arguments here are there are excellent. You can say overall achievements, more importantly. Did everyone forge what? I'm not sure what to make of that. Having Nkunku and Moani up front, it could be a big problem for EPL teams. Let's see what the manager wants to do. I heard Caicedo prefers Arsenal. What's your thoughts on that? We have that lined up, and we'll get to that in a bit. Kante buying a football club in Belgium, reports by Belgian journalists. He's spending the money already. I haven't seen anything close to that. I mean, I want every good thing. Kante deserves every good thing that comes his way. And if he's gotten the opportunity to buy a football club in Belgium, I'd be happy for him. I think he has to be one of the nicest footballers I've ever known, albeit I haven't met him in person. I have to be honest, but I love Kante so much. Bonnie in Nevada, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the show. Coach, the beautiful game. Just to let you know, last season's bus tickets are still valid for this season. You will be needing it. It's looking a bit sticky. Here's the thing, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. And I don't think I'll get on that bus. I get it. Forget about Caicedo. No, we did not. I think we've talked about him quite a lot here because lots of us have followed his exploits at the Under-20 World Cup. Is it Under-21 or Under-20? And he was excellent. So let's get back to this. The Lukaku talk, this is nothing new here. It's just absolute nonsense. It is a repeat of everything we've heard before. It's nothing new. I'm not saying reporting it isn't bad, but it may be reinforcing Lukaku's statement. That's how I see it. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yeah, I should have read this one first. The 2023 summer transfer window is officially open. This just 11 hours ago or even more. For open for all clubs in England and Scotland on 14th June to 1st of September at 11 p.m. Clubs will be able to sign players based overseas will not be able to sign players based overseas until the international window opens on Saturday, July 1st. So two different doors here, if you want to say it that way. The domestic window has opened already on July 14th, June 14th, so to speak. Then the international window opens on July 1st. So usually I used to mix it up myself. But now I understand how it works better. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. Because today, doing well for the under-20s is no indication he's ready for the first team. I think that's a solid argument right there. That was why I said it's up to the manager to look at him and decide whether he's ready for the first team or not. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Reports of Belgian journalists. There's a chance. I don't know. I haven't seen the report, but thank you for telling us that. I hope it's that is truly the case. Because today can be the next attacking Jorginho. Okay. Keep dropping the likes. I need to see more than just one good season of Moani. I wouldn't say no to that. I think it makes sense. We have a good squad for top four. What we have lacked is a good coach. A good coach from Potter to Lampard. I remember saying Potter is not in charge, and it became obvious eventually. Potter is a better. Potter has a better personality. Okay, here's the thing. I just like talking about Potter really, but I really do think Poch is a better coach. And I'm not sure about their personalities. I don't know how to start comparing them. But here's the thing. I agree with you. We have a good enough squad, but we need some signings. We need to be strategic in the market. We need a DM, traditional DM, and I still think we need a central attacking midfielder and an attacker. The profile of the sort of attacker we should be looking at, I don't know. It's up to the manager. But if you ask me, excuse me, I'd say he likes to play with a sort of striker who's capable of dropping deep and participating in the play and not. But that is just what I think. He may well have changed and decided maybe it'd be better of having a traditional number 9 in the Premier League. It's up to him. But we move on from that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Says we don't have a top 4 squad. Or you can say we have a good squad, but we need to still make some signings to make that squad to ensure that the squad is ready to compete. 4-2-3-1. We're not sure what structure he's going to utilize. I think the structure he utilizes, all comes down to the players available to him, if that makes sense. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Poch has coached with top teams. He will fix us. I believe that too. Talking about the poll on the strikers, I'm not interested in signing a striker, but a goal scorer. I voted for the guy that has scored the most goals. We've had many strikers, no goal scorers after Costa. You could argue that, but let's see what the manager wants. We don't know yet. Not Spurs, but United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Newcastle City will be better than us. That is if that's how you feel. Let's see what happens. The 4-2-3-1 formation is etched in our memories, even appearing in our dreams. Let's see what the manager does. If Qatar gets Manchester United and Mbappe, then I do not see Mbappe go to again. I don't see him going to United, and I'm being honest here. That is my opinion. It would take some convincing. It would take some salary that will be out of this world to convince him to forfeit his long-term dream of playing for Real Madrid. And that's just my opinion. Our squad was mid-table. Aston Villa was higher than us. Okay, I'm going to move on from that one. Poch might be good, but I still have to have no expectations after this mess and chaos. Here's the thing. I think I agree with you. You don't expect too much. Just support the team. If you expect too much, chances are if we're not able to reach, to achieve those things you expect from the manager and the players, it will hit you hard. So the best thing to do is don't expect too much. Then if we overachieve, good. I just like to put it this way. I strongly believe that we're capable of doing better than a lot of people think we'd do. But it will take us being strategic in the market and not just throwing money at players, if that makes sense. I have seen some of Jackson's clips on YouTube. He mostly played like a second striker than a real striker, but he has that ability to play as a lone striker also. You think, okay, I'll do my research myself. Big up to you too, and thank you for that update there, Rido. The coolest shouts, my bro, Tabejo from the medieval land. Always nice to see you, brother. Big up everyone and coach. I hope you're all good. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Yes, people. Keep dropping the likes on the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. Kendrick Pies, he's not going to be anything. He's not going to come close to the first team now. Still too young. Probably will play. I'm not sure about what program they have set for him. But you're not going to see him anywhere close to the first team. Coach, the Qataris have a way to convince on and off the field. I get where you're going to. Maybe they'll be able to do that, but let's see what happens. N'Golo Kante is about to own a football club now. Yep, somebody there, I think Mr. Vegas, he reported that to us. And I want that, yeah. So which means I want every good thing that let me just put it this way. N'Golo Kante deserves every good thing that comes his way. He's a very nice person, and we've heard so much stories of how nice he is, and that even though you haven't met him in person, you'd have no option than to believe he's truly a nice person. I am truly thrilled for the upcoming season, especially after the disappointment of our previous season. You and I are the same, but I'm not going to expect too much. I just want us to be strategic in the market, sign players that will help us become stronger. A bit of balance, some experienced players. We don't want to have a bunch of, you could say, an average age of 21, 20, or at most 22, and then end up bottling chances we have to win something because of lack of experience in depth. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 46 likes. Let's get it to 50 and shoot for 100. In 15 to 20 years, Kante will have 30. Okay, we don't have to go to the extent, please. The starting lineup in best of 11. That is funny, but something might well hear. Again, some people could hear this and interpret it the wrong way. 30 wives and 300 kids will be. Oh my goodness. Keep dropping the likes. He doesn't strike me like somebody who'd marry more than one wife. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Sure, we need to add more DM. Just one will be enough. A goalkeeper and goal scorer, not just a striker, to strengthen our squad. A lot of teams ahead of us are on the table, don't even have our quality. With a good coach, we will come better. I agree with you, but we still need to make a few signings here and there and be strategic in the market. But let's see what happens. I think, yeah, we have a very strong squad. No arguing that. Chelsea don't want to try to plow expensive Mbappe, even though it's already proven that his quality is still young too. Here's the thing: even if we want Mbappe, we can't get him. I don't know, but you're allowed to dream. But I think we know it will be a waste of time. Plus, his salary is out of this world. You have to even when you look at players in this transfer market, you'd have to if you're not well acquainted, you have to. If you're well acquainted with the new, you can say the Chelsea's contract format, we don't pay too much. It is heavily incentivized based on player performances and all the trophies won and all that. And as a player like Mbappe, do I think he'd accept that? I'd say no. And if you make an exception, you're creating a problem in the dressing room, if that makes sense. Okay, the Mountain Cover, Lucachula, nice to see you. And Lucky Scene, nice to see you. Qatar in for you guys. I hope if it happens, it's good for football. I know some Chelsea fans don't want it to happen because they feel like they have so much money. We take the back seat the moment that happens. Okay, there's breaking news here saying talks between Chelsea. Let me see. Talks between Chelsea and Juventus for Vlahovic is about to begin, as revealed yesterday. That's okay. Let's see what happens. We will continue to follow that particular story. If anything new comes out, be rest assured we'll be the first to present it to you here. Lukaku, he should go to Saudi Arabia to get a big a bag of freedom of money. I think he'd go there if the rumors were here and if they're true. Then chances are he goes to Saudi Arabia. No matter how much he loves Inter Milan, it's about the money. So forget all those things. Kachila, what is your reaction if I say a player like Mbappe at the age of 24 goes to Saudi Arabia and gets paid 500 million a year? If they offer him such, I think he'd take it. At least that's what I think. It's about the money. I wouldn't say anything bad about it. You only enjoy football that much when you're in primary school, where it's not about the money, it's just about the fun. At this stage, it's about your security, the future for you, the money you make. He can do that. He can just go there, play one season, and come back and say he's done. That's up to him. Coach presents an exceptional example of a fine engagement. Your support by liking and subscribing will only take a moment or two, but will make a significant difference to the channel. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. 48 likes already. Let's get it to 50. Shoot for 100. We're shooting for 200 likes. Remember, can the sell-off covers this mount just hurry itself up? We need to get them going and get the signing. We need like Caicedo, Chelsea. Yeah, I get it. Here's the thing. the fact is, yeah, we want to sell players, but we're not going to, because of that, somebody comes with you can say with a penny, then we'll tell him, okay, take the player and give us that. No, we will create serious problem for us. And if we sell the first one and we undersell and not, and not get a sizable fee from the first one, and if we sell for cheap, it sets the tone for the rest of the sales in the transfer window, and we don't want to make that mistake. I don't understand why the acting directors are very slow. If the takeover of Manchester United goes through, they will come for Caicedo. Okay, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Let's see, keep dropping the likes. What would they see in Vlahovic? I'm not too sure. I honestly, I'm not sure. What would they have seen? I don't know. Coach, when the fixes come out tomorrow morning, I guarantee we're playing the top 6 in the first 10 games, starting with City away. Pochettino is going to receive a baptism of fire. I will see you in 2025. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter when we play those teams, when we play those teams in question, because we'll get to play them sometime as a season progresses, no matter what. So yeah, actually, if we get to play them first, that's fine. Honestly, I'm not too concerned who will get to play first and who will play last or mid-season and all that. If that makes sense, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. The likes do go a long way. Kachila, seriously, CFC is very slow. It will be a major blow to us if we cannot get neither Rice or Lavia. Rice, I'm hearing, is already close to, again, that he's close to joining Arsenal. I don't know. There's no way to confirm that. Why cannot we even try Manu Kone? Liverpool are negotiating and have a free run. It all comes down to what the manager wants and what we can actually afford. First of all, we have to be truthful about that. Only chance we can get him back is when he will be free. It's no guarantee he will play for Real Madrid, especially after Real give the number 7 shirt to Vini Jr. 13. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Mbappe already makes 177 million a season with salary, endorsements, etc. So it's not going to be easy, really. If Caicedo's deal is complicated, we should try other targets. Be rest assured, they have a list of players they're looking at. So if one doesn't work, they easily switch to the next target. They're not going to be hell-bent on getting a particular player and not have plan B to C, D to E, actually. What is the ideal scenario you think Chelsea will be able to sign Mbappe? I don't want to even try to explain how that isn't possible. I think we already know that it isn't possible. That's why we've seen statements saying that we're not interested. I don't think we can afford signing Mbappe at the moment. There are lots of factors to consider. His salary, it is too much. If you've ever said that Neymar will come with a baggage, Mbappe also will come with one, if that makes sense. Mbappe signs for Chelsea. Yeah, exactly. That's a percentage. If you want to give it that. Avran, out. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with Vlahovic. Not as good as Osimhen, but I think Nkunku will be our forward. Nkunku, it looks like he's going to play in the 10th position for us. I honestly do not know what the club wants to do with him. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. Well, I appreciate you all. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. We are at 50 likes already. You people are absolute legends, so thank you so much. I don't see Caicedo joining Chelsea with the position where we're at right now. There's no telling what will happen, but let's see. The silly season is upon us already. So yeah, let's see what happens. So Southampton and Leicester, funny price and okay, Maddison, who's been injured most of the season at 50 million. It is ridiculous. And Ward-Prowse at 50 million is also a bit mad. Okay, maybe they want to keep him. We cannot go another season without a proper number 9. It's up to the manager. Vlahovic is more attainable than Osimhen. Osimhen practically impossible. De Laurentiis, I can't say his name. I'm sure will be asking for something north of 100 million because they paid 80 million euros for him when they signed him from the French league. What's the name of the club again? But let's see what happens. I'm not the club's accountant, but cannot certainly say what we're capable of doing, how much we're capable of spending, how much we're not capable of spending in the window. I just can't say. I have full confidence in the sporting directors. While our focus is on player sales, I believe they have a well thought out plan in place and are prepared with a contingency strategy. It's as simple as that. You have to have plan A, B, C, to whatever, till infinity if you want to. The partnership between Pochettino and Lawrence Stewart is both thrilling and reassuring, ensuring that we are in capable hands. I trust the process. I think I would advise you to do that. Just quickly, I'm going to put up a poll to remind you all to keep dropping the likes on the stream. We need to get the likes to 100 as soon as possible. So which of these strikers do you prefer? 73 votes already. That's a good sample size. 68% wants Singhan and 32% wants Lavia. So I'm going to change that to something else that will help us get more likes. Just give me a few seconds here. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. A few seconds here. Let's see. Let me do this. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And if you're watching, if you're not able to participate in the chat, please do take a second. Drop a like on the stream for us. We sincerely do appreciate you. You watching alone does provide great value, but dropping the likes does more. Even dropping the like on the stream does more, even more for us. So thank you. Just give me 1 second. I'll be with you in a bit. There you go. It's been more than 1 second, I know. So I lied, but apologies. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yeah, I've read that one. And Constantine Dante, we will know how good or competent they are after this transfer window. That would tell us quite a lot. But there's a chance if we don't have the luxury to spend as much as we want, and if everything, if circumstances force us to go for second options or not preferred options, then I wouldn't blame them that much. But there's still time enough to see. Let's see what we do first. Then at the end of the transfer window, we'll assess our transfer activities and see how well we did. But I get it. I think it makes sense. This is no time to judge them. Coach, when Caicedo and Rice go to Arsenal, Lavia will be the next on everyone's list. We need to secure him, not instead of chasing Caicedo over the whole window and then failing like we did with Haaland. Rumors are that we're actually pushing to sign Lavia right now. Us signing Lavia doesn't depend on whether we sign or whether we sign Caicedo. No, I think that the deals are, again, our pursuit of the two players are independent. They don't, if that makes sense. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. We're 56 likes, and let's get it to 100 and shoot for 200 as soon as possible. What about Onana from what's his name? Amadou Onana. That's his first name, from Everton. He could be someone we could look at. He did really well last season, and rumors were we went in with a late bid towards the closure of the transfer window, and he refused to. He didn't want to come to us. He didn't want to come to Chelsea. So I'm not sure. We're not looking at him. I think it's good enough. Maybe look, we're looking at other options. We have preferred options. We cannot, get all good players out there. But I get it. Onana should be considered, in my opinion. He did quite well. I know a lot of Chelsea fans were a bit skeptical that as at the time the rumors came out that that we were looking at him. But it turned out, yeah, we were seriously looking at him, and we did put in a bid. I don't remember how much exactly, but he didn't want to come to us. So yeah, with that, I'd say just forget him. With these players, Chelsea will take a maximum of fifth place. If it buys a conditional Neymar or an Nkunku, only then there are chances to be. We have the chance to be in a higher in a higher position in the 23, and we to finish the season in a higher position. Here's the thing: Nkunku has already signed. Neymar, I'm not sure about the rumors linking us with them. Rumors are that we've already initiated the talks to sign him. But if you look at it, if you take your time to look at it, his salary and everything else, I don't think it makes sense. Breaking news: Pochettino has identified new striker target Nicholas Jackson. Transfer fee would be £30 million if it happens. Thank you for bringing that up again. I think somebody in the Mr. Vegas has yeah, Nevada, Mr. Nevada. That was why I called you Vegas, because your last name is Nevada, and when I don't remember your name, I called you Vegas. But yeah, he's presented us. Yeah, he did tell us about that a few minutes ago. I stand by my meticulously calculated predictions that Chelsea will secure a top 3 finish. The team's talent, coaching, determination, and a few new signings there, strategic signings, can make this come through. I believe you. I don't question that. We need at least 2 midfielders to replace Kovacic, Mount, ROC, Kante, J5, and possibly Gallagher. I will take Caicedo and Paulina, keep Sanders, Sede, and Chukwuemeka. I think you make a good argument there. We're losing too many midfielders. Yes. I think we need to sign an experienced midfielder too. We need to mix it up. We don't just need to sign players for the sake of it. Otherwise, we're risking quite a lot. But more importantly, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes will go a long way. 58 likes. We're shooting for 300 likes. We're just at 58. If you're a moderator and you're in the chat, and my bro Jerry Z attacks you with that, please always remind people to keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Yeah, we do need midfield reinforcement because we're losing too many there. I'm born here in Nevada. I have my doubts on Poch, but at least you sound like you're giving him a chance. Let's give him a chance. And for me, I think he'd do well with us. And I've argued that 1,000 times. He actually overachieved at Tottenham, and that was because he was ill-equipped. Daniel Levy is not known to invest. Maybe he's done that lately, but at the time that Pochettino was the manager, they didn't spend much for him. And even at that, even with that, with an ill-equipped squad, he made it to the Champions League finals, beating some big teams, and he nearly won the Premier League with them. You could argue if he had better players than the opponent that he faced, he could have won them 2 trophies before he left Tottenham, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. Let's see what happens here. Kitty one. Okay, thank you, Jerry Z, with the current squad. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes. Pochettino has identified many players, but still nothing to show. That is just you. I think you're reading too much into what the rumors out there. Yeah, you're reading too much into that. I think you should take your time and analyze it. Everything you see out there, I don't think you should take your time, analyze them, and try to come to a sensible conclusion. If we're to believe everything, if we start believing everything we've seen out there, we've heard that Pochettino he prefers Lautaro Martinez. We've heard that he prefers Dusan Vlahovic. It's everywhere, really. So there's no telling what the man wants. Poch plans to use Kepa as number 1 goalkeeper, according to Sky Sports. That is if we're not able to get our goalkeeping targets. Coach, you're getting old. Always you forgot. No, I'm trying a new format. I have to talk with people. I have to try and interact exclusively with those in the chat for a while before I share the link. So I know it's intentional. it gives me the opportunity to give those in the chat that the audience they deserve, if that makes sense. But yeah, thank you for shaming me publicly, bro. Yeah, but big up, much love to you, Tabejo. What is Modric's perspective? In what sense? As a footballer, I think I'm glad he's. I knew him before he joined Chelsea. I knew him before he joined Chelsea. I usually don't do too much scouting. I only did quite a lot of scouting when I still have. Yeah, and I think I have to bring that series back. I had a series called Scouting for Chelsea. I did a lot of scouting at the time, but I think I have to bring that back. And I think I started looking at Mudryk from that time. So I knew him before he joined Chelsea. I think the potential is there. If anything, I think he's been poor. You could say he hasn't performed. You could say he hasn't shown that the level of performance we expect him to show, and that's because he lacked confidence. And the managers we had, the two managers, Porter didn't help matters. Frank Lampard also didn't help matters. I think there were games that we thought they should give him a chance to, they should field him. He didn't. I was expecting Frank Lampard to field him against Real Madrid. A game where we all knew there will be spaces for him to exploit. He didn't do that for him. And against Manchester City, lots of us expected him to give him the opportunity, in that game. He didn't. So that you can say those instances that I just mentioned, they didn't help his confidence. And I think he will come good for us in the coming season. And he's just a kid. Just give him time. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Poch has sports mentality, not spending money. That is just you jump into that conclusion. And I'm sure you're saying that because you read that report where people are interpreting as if he was the one that told the club to pull out from the Manuel Ugarte pursuit. But in my opinion, my interpretation of that report is this: they reached out to him and said, "Look, they can say it's getting out of control, and we're not sure we want to do that." And he said, "Yeah, I'm fine with that too. We don't have to overpay because if you pay him more than the players we signed recently, you're creating a problem." So there, for so many reasons. So I'm not just going to jump to the conclusion and say he has a sports mentality, not spending money. Plus, do we really have the luxury to spend that much this transfer window? In my opinion, I'd say no. But if we spend, I'd take it. But I even if we spend, I'm quite sure we'll be spending cautiously. No, you're good, bro. I'll do that in a bit. I have to disagree with the statement that Pochettino is opposed to spending. Okay, that's a conversation you're having there. Mudryk will come good. I strongly believe that. And Constantine Dante, thank you for being on my side today. I keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Why have we signed Gusto? Because we need a competition in the wing back and right back positions. He's an excellent player. He can play those two positions. He can execute them effectively. Dale, please keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Pochettino needs to be backed properly. If not, the proper Chelsea will turn on him. Well, yeah, he needs to hit the ground running. And you know why I'm saying that. If we falter, let me just put it simplified. He needs to hit the ground running, otherwise, it would be difficult to get lots of the fan base on his side, if that makes sense. Because we need another right back to compete with Reece James. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Let's see what else we have here. All right, we need a backup. I'm not going to call it backup, really. Hamstring, and he's one of the best upcoming young right backs. If he's able to compete with Reece James, then we should rotate them. Rotating them means Reece James will reduce the chances of Reece James getting injured again. If we can rotate them, if it's good enough, if he proves that he's capable of fulfilling the role in the absence of Reece James, or even fulfill it better than Reece James, you don't know. I think from what I've seen so far, they differ in some ways, but I can't quite put my fingers on it. We'll take my time to look at it again. Waldo, best Waldo, nice one. Typical Nigerian saying there, but Waldo, nice to see you. I appreciate you. Dante, we don't use the backup word. Yeah, we don't use the word backup here. I think, we should find him. Constantine Dante, we should find you. We don't use the term backup here. We prefer to say compete. We prefer that the club has two competing players in every position. That way, if player A gets injured and player B comes in, he'd do a good enough job, and the quality of the team will not drop, or even do an even better job, if that makes sense. Probably get Vlahovic as well. I'm not sure who we're gonna get. We're not sure. Okay, you're talking about United, lucky scene. Okay, coach, he's not starting ahead of Rhys James. He's a backup for now. That's just how you see it. I think Gusto is good enough, and if he can prove that he's able to compete with Rhys James, or even make it a rotational thing. But we hate to use the term backup because we've come to terms that one of the reasons why we've struggled and we've not been able to compete well against Man City is because we have a team full of starters and backups. So when the starting player is injured, the player that comes in will not be able to perform as well as the starting player, which clearly, the quality of the team drops. That happened to us when we had James and Ben Chilwell were our starting players, and we had no good alternatives. They had no competition, and both of them on two occasions we've seen both get injured. And once that happened, and at the point that happened, the season went down here for us. So we prefer to use the term competition, but I get where you're coming from. Even if it doesn't start ahead of Rhys James, he should be capable of saying, okay, he should show that he's capable of coming in and doing a good enough job, or even an even better job if we decide to rest Rhys James. And that would be good for us. Reduces the chances of Rhys getting injured. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 65 likes. Remember, we're shooting for 300 likes, and we're just at 65. I think we should be doing better than that. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Just get us Caicedo, Onana, sell Lukaku, and buy one good striker, and we are good to go. Believe me, that's a Dubai connection. I like that name there. Gusto has had bad hamstring as well, so him and Rhys James make one great player. I like that one. I have to say that's a delicious comment of the day. And you can, I agree with you. Two of them make one complete player. So I get it. Let's see, Drunken Love. It says in his contract, backup clause. You're just looking for a fight this morning, and we're gonna find you. Next time you use that term backup, we will find you. Yes, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes will go a long way. I appreciate you all. And also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's see. Let me share the link now. Yeah, I think this will be the aperture. So once we have the panelists here, I can just be highlighting your comments even if I'm not reading them. And Salem, I think you typed something. Too many A's. Too many uniform characters. Maybe let me just use that term. That's why Nightbot deleted your message, thinking you're spamming the chat. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. And this is Desmond Muratai. Chelsea, just quickly there, I want us to switch topics as soon as possible. Chelsea club only need 4 strong players who are ready to play. So as we wait for the next season, I am sure things are going to be better. No matter what. Yeah, I think your phone is helping you. It's trying to predict what you want to say there, and dumping the wrong words in there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. We are at 69 likes. Let's get it to 100 because we're shooting for 300. We should be have more likes than that. Let me see what else we have here. We have to switch topics in a bit. All right. This one came as a shock to me. I didn't know, but here's the thing. I'm still gonna say this: if it happens, if it's really not here's the thing. Let's start with this report. There are two reports out there with regards to the Kalidou Koulibaly's feature that I really want us to talk about. We'll start with this one, saying Simone Inzaghi has given the green light to the Inter Milan directors to try to get Kalidou Koulibaly on loan from Chelsea. I really don't want us to deal with Inter Milan again. But if you're in the chat, I want to get your opinion. I think we shouldn't trust them. We should not trust Inter Milan. They've mocked the floor with us. It's like we just gave them 100. Look, we bought a. Let me just. I don't know. For lack of a better way to get my point across, I'm just going to use this analogy here. We bought a product from them. Give them back the product and say, yeah, hey, you can keep it. Use the product. And we're not even using the product, yet we're still paying for the product. It's not, we didn't even get a refund for giving them the product. So I'd say we should stop dealing with Inter Milan, really. They've done us dirty. They've done enough to us that we should stop doing business with them. But unfortunately, we want Andre Onana, so they'd always get the opportunity to say, how about that player you want to sell them? So starting with this, I'm just going to say what this is. This is not Chelsea saying we want to sell Kalidou Koulibaly. This is an Italian outlet reporting, reporting the intent of Inter Milan. This is not Chelsea's intent. Do I know whether Chelsea would like to sell Kalidou Koulibaly or keep him? There's no way to tell. I don't know. There's a chance they want to sell him. There's a chance they don't want to sell him. But to me, I'd say the most sensible thing would be to keep him because we lack experience in that back line, especially if Thiago Silva is not going to be playing too many games and we're selling Kalidou Koulibaly. I think it's a huge risk. But quickly, let me catch up with what we have in the chat. I'll bring in my bro Tabejo to give me his thoughts with regards to that report, Kalidou Koulibaly report there. Mbappe, yeah, we're going to try and do that. And I'll start a GoFundMe so the Chelsea fans can chip in there. Maybe we'll have enough to give to the club and say, okay, we did this, so use it to buy Mbappe for us. Big up to you, my bro, DJ. Always nice to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We need 29 likes more to get it to 100 likes. Let's make it happen. We have 94 people watching, which means we should be doing better than 71 likes. I appreciate you all. I got faith in Pochettino compared to other coaches. I think I like him. Man United, a bigger threat to Chelsea than Arsenal for Caicedo, according to The Athletic. We'll get to that in a bit. What are your thoughts with regards to the Kalidou Koulibaly report? But remember, pay attention. This is an Italian outlet, the Managerial, reporting the intent of Inter Milan. This is not a report saying Chelsea wants to sell, if that makes sense. If we get a big discount on Martinez, if Poch wants him, go for him. Here's the thing, the truth remains, we could argue, we could stay here and argue all we want from now to tomorrow. Everything comes down to what the manager wants and what the club can afford, if that makes sense. If we get a big discount, go for him. He's a fine player. Big up DJ, and DJ brings some news. Big up once more. RIP to a true legend in John Hollins. The guy played 600 games for us in the 60s and the 70s. In the 60s and 70s, and managed us when I started supporting Chelsea in the 80s. Condolences to his family, and also to the entire Chelsea family. DJ, thank you so much. That's why I love having people like you, a brother. It's important. Rest in peace, a true legend indeed. 600 games. I don't remember who else has come to that number, or has anybody surpassed that number? I don't remember that. Okay, John Terry, I think he's in 700 plus. I don't remember. But DJ, thank you so much for bringing us that news there. Our condolences to his family and friends, and also to Chelsea Football Club. Rest in peace, John Hollins. Thank you for bringing us that news again. I'll highlight this. I'll highlight this as contribution there in the chat and bring it up later. So thank you once more, DJ. Much love to you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. R.I.P. John Hollins, a legend. Thank you so much for saying that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. So, Tabeho, your thoughts on the Kalidou Koulibaly report? In my opinion, I don't see. It's nothing for me. I know people are jumping to conclusions saying Chelsea wants to sell him because he's on a very high wage. I'm not sure. His wages are very high, so to speak. I'm not sure the club would want to let him go because we lack experience in that defensive area. But your thoughts, Tabeho, what do you make of the report? All right, it doesn't look like Tabeho is ready now. If you're in the chat, your thoughts, what do you make of the
Coach. Can you hear me now?
Brother. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, what do you make of the report?
How are you?
I can't complain, brother. Big up to you. Any day is a good day.
Yeah, I've just seen another report from a Spanish outlet who's a top journalist at Spain. He said Kalidou Koulibaly is not part of Mauricio Pochettino's plan. So let's see what is going to happen. And now I'm confused because he said they're going to discuss about Onana, and another report said, Sky Sports said that Chelsea would like to keep Kepa's number one if they don't get a goalkeeper. So I'm so confused. But again, as a Chelsea fan, I would like Chelsea to keep Kalidou Koulibaly because.
Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You stopped talking, so that's why I was asking if you're there. I can hear you.
Okay, like as a Chelsea fan, I would like Chelsea to keep Kalidou Koulibaly because we can't depend on young kids in the defense. So hopefully he stays.
Yeah, I hope he stays. If he leaves, it doesn't make any sort of sense. We'll have just the average age of our defensive line will be concerning. We will lack experience, and you can say by some chance, Frank Lampard decided to play a back line without either Thiago Silva and Kalidou Koulibaly, and we saw what happened in those games. It showed us the importance of having an experienced head in the back line to lead effectively. We have too many young defenders, and I don't see that leadership ability in them. Unfortunately, I don't think it will make any sort of sense to let Koulibaly go. But if they do that, which means the manager really don't want him, maybe it's truly not in the manager's plans. But as I see this particular report here, it's just the manager reporting Inter Milan intent. That doesn't mean that Chelsea want to sell. And this one says that Kalidou Koulibaly is not part of Mauricio Pochettino's plan at Chelsea. And this is coming from an Italian outlet also. So, which means...
No, it's not Italian. Spanish.
Morito is Spanish, yeah. So this is not coming up from an English outlet. So my point is this. I think that's a chance they're just pushing these reports maybe to turn his head. I don't know what to make of it. But let's see what happens. I'd say it wouldn't make sense to let him go. I like him so much, but I'm not being biased, and I'm just being truthful with regards to the age bracket of the players we have in our defensive line. If we lose Koulibaly, then we have to look to sign an experienced head that will be available to lead the back line if Thiago Silva isn't in the lineup. And that is if he doesn't end up leaving too. But let's see what the club does. It's hard to tell what the plan is. He's a player I like so much. But beyond that, I'm just being objective here. I'm not being biased by any stretch of imagination. RIP to John Hollins. I'm not a Kai Havertz fan, biggest fan. But he eclipses Lautaro Martinez's stats in every metric, bar one. So no to Martinez. I think you make a good argument there, and that is surprising coming to you. But I'm not going to really say much. Everything comes down to what the manager wants. And I'm sure our new owners, they've looked at the numbers also and seen that's a player in Kai Havertz. For one reason or the other, it hasn't really worked out for him. Probably that's why they're asking that much money for his before they sell him. And that deal, by the way, I think is off at the moment. Kai Havertz to Real Madrid is off, and it doesn't look like the player is pushing to leave. But let's see. I'm moving from that, but thank you for bringing that up. Pochettino is sticking with Kepa and keeping Mendy as possible number twos for now. Moves for Onana and Milan ruled out. J-Town boy, what's the source for that one?
Sky Sports.
Thank you. Oh, Sky Sports. Oh, thank you so much. So we're not going to go for Milan and we're not going to go for Onana.
But I think it's still early, coach. I don't believe anything until the transfer window closes.
Mm.
Yes.
So that may well be the case. I think we shouldn't, just take the reports with a pinch of salt. So we don't know what's going to happen. Thank you so much for liking Marcio Lil. I appreciate that. Much love to you. Okay. Of Koulibaly to be kept for, I'm not sure. But that's why I'm going to bring in Eddie. Eddie, your thoughts on the Koulibaly report. Would it make sense to let him go or keep him? Your thoughts on that report. But big up to you, more importantly. I hope you're doing well, Eddie.
Big up, bro. Yeah, I'm all right, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you crystal clear, yeah.
Yeah, on the Koulibaly issue, I just as Teborg just read the update, I mean, I was going to say if we wanted to keep Koulibaly, there's no how Inter would have made us to part with Koulibaly. So I think there is this news about us wanting him to leave. But one thing that bothers me is that how do we keep doing deals with these Italian clubs or most of the clubs and they succeed in getting our players on loan, not to buy. They just get them on loan. And if it's the other way around, we don't seem to get those kind of deals. That's the only concern because like as you alluded to, they got Lukaku. They sold us Lukaku. We gave them Lukaku back on loan. They are refusing to buy him. They are still looking for them to get him on loan again. So that's just my concern about all these deals. But at the same time, we have our pants down anyway because if we want Onana so badly, they know they have us there already to ask for whatever they want, and it's going to be on their terms for us to get Onana because they know how desperate we are now at this stage to get a goalkeeper. And if we're really badly in need of Onana, they know they have to demand for what to please them and not what to please us. So it's just a big, for Koulibaly to leave, I don't know. Is Koulibaly a left-sided centre-back or a right-sided centre-back?
I think he's played so many times on the left-hand side, but it's actually primarily left-footed. But you could say, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're listening, anybody on the panel is listening, but he's comfortable using both feet, if that makes sense.
So if that is the case, it might be just to clear him to give way for Liverpool to come in. That would be my own side of the story. It might be for Liverpool to give him confidence that is in the plan for Chelsea. Because if Koulibaly is staying and we have Badiashile, then it might not be good for Levi. So, but if Koulibaly is leaving, it might be the discussion they have with him, say, this is because of you, we are letting Koulibaly go. So you are in our plans for you to stay and sign the contract. That's my feeling.
How about leadership? Because Thiago Silva is not going to be on the pitch all the time.
Yeah, whatever we want to think about leadership, this team, we're going to see a different Chelsea team this season. Going to be new faces, so the leadership will come from within. They're going to start looking for leadership. We can't, because most of them leaders in the club, they are old. So whatever be the case, what they're trying to build now, we might be patient with the system. We can't we can't hold on to these players for the sake of leadership, but they want to build for the future. So it's just something we have to get used to. We're going to see so many young lads coming, and within them, we have to get leaders. Like the likes of Ben Chilwell, Reece James, and all. They are going to be the leaders going forward now, the way this team is shaping now. So I think that's what we have to, the reality we have to come to terms with.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for also finding the time to be on the panel with us. I don't think Koulibaly came to Chelsea in shape. If he commits, I will support him. He was on the Lukaku. He was on the Lukaku plan last season. Okay, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 102 people watching and just 79 likes. We can do better than that. I think Real will sign Joselu. Instead of Havertz. Coach, the issue of Koulibaly is coming up because of Colwell wants assurance. So there's a possibility. There's a possibility of Chelsea letting Koulibaly going back to Italy. The chances are there. You could argue, and the argument that the main reason may well be his salary. It's believable. I think he signed. He was one of those that signed without the current new salary structure. That's what I believe. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Mark, nice to see you, Mark. Kai Havertz played really well for Germany again. Mudryk didn't do bad either. I think it was a good game. I saw the highlights. Mudryk on the day, a lot of people were saying that he did better than they've seen him do for a while now. Will Pochettino be booed by a section of our fans at Stamford Bridge as it comes out? No, I don't think so. It just doesn't. That would be so childish that I will ask who did that to find that and curse the life out of them. Seriously, I don't think it makes sense. If booing him for what? For wronging you in what? I'm not sure what to make of that. Temporary solutions, or maybe I think we may well see the club go for temporary solutions and not for permanent solutions. It depends. But let's see what happens. The transfer window is upon us already. Silva will be mentoring Colwell, Chalobah, Badiashile, and Fofana next season. So they've got one season to pattern up. Let's see what happens there. What else do we have here? Badiashile has no problem. We're playing on the right hand side. Yep, I agree with you. I think he's a fine player. Was Brighton gets Colwell or Arsenal gets Rice with Caicedo or Man United, Caicedo and Casemiro. We need the midfield to replace Kante, swap Colwell, and we need and more Chelsea. Also, I think we need more than just one midfielder, given the fact that it's looking like Kovacic is going to end up leaving. Kante will leave. Ruben Loftus-Cheek may well leave. So we need that. If that makes sense. For me, nothing has gone wrong. Why should we go for big names instead? With somebody like Romeo Lavia, Tammy Abraham, Emiliano Martinez. Okay, we get etc. We get to that. Let Chelsea get Rice. Rice isn't coming to Chelsea. You just have to get over that. He will be good for us, especially now that Mason Mount is most likely to leave Chelsea. I don't see Declan Rice coming to Chelsea Football Club. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. There will certainly be some boos. Then that's the sort of people I'd have the courage to say they're not truly Chelsea fans. Because if you're truly a Chelsea fan, it's not like he's played any game and we've lost games and you see him coming onto the pitch and you start booing him. Then you're really not a Chelsea fan. It's not. I'm not gonna even go down that road. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Booing as a former Tottenham boss is my concern. That's what I'm saying. If anybody does that, even as he hasn't played a single game, we haven't played a single game under him, just doesn't make sense. That person isn't a true Chelsea fan. Because if you're a true Chelsea fan, you support whoever the club hires to do a job for them. Then if they falter, if they're faltering and they're not doing well, if they start faltering and are not able to turn things around, then if you boo them, then you have grounds to do that. Chelsea are currently working on a deal to sign Brighton's Moises Caicedofrom, but Arsenal are set to join the race by launching a bid for him, according to Simon Phillips. It was never going to be easy. Thank you so much for that update there, AD. I appreciate you. Colwell is starting for Chelsea next season. Cooley either holds the bench or he is sold. The Caicedo deal is off. Why would he come to Chelsea now anyway? It's a solid argument. Rumors are that he wants Champions League football, and we just cannot offer that right now. Maybe he's been offloaded for his wages. Yep, I think his wages may well be one of the biggest reasons why they're letting him go. I think it wouldn't make sense if we don't understand the importance of having an experienced head available to lead the back line. But I get it. I think that's you could say, yeah, that's probably would be the most correct argument there, because he's a good player, and it's not like he's done that bad for us. Arsenal now have an offer ready for Caicedo that they intend to submit shortly, regardless of how their pursuit for West Ham midfielder Declan Rice goes. Wow, the Gunners are as financially okay. I think that needs to be continued somewhere. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I appreciate you all. 82 likes, 18 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen, people. We'll be on Poch, how he handles everything. Players, team, media, preseason, etc. If he does well and convinces people, shows passion, then he will be okay. No boost. Here's the thing. Poch is a passion merchant. Let me just say that. Passion, you will see from him. He's not going to be like the previous manager who one of the biggest complaints of his behavior on the touchline is that he hardly moves, hardly says something when the team starts when something isn't going our way. It's not even not animated enough. But this is in the case of Pochettino, it's beyond being animated. Naturally, you see he has passion. You see he oozes passion, real passion. I think it's the sort of manager we want on the touchline for us, if that makes sense. I keep dropping the likes on the stream. To be honest, the CFC fans are warmed up to Poch because the alternatives were Angie. You could say that. But big up to you, JC. Victor Osimhen has no intention to sign a new contract with Napoli, and his agent has offers from Chelsea and PSG on the table. There you go again. We'll have to battle it out with or slug it out with PSG if we really want him. And one advantage they have, we don't have Champions League football. And the only advantage we have, he loved Chelsea. We've seen him on a picture of him as a kid on the Chelsea shirt. Beyond that, also, I think Drogba talks to him. I think they've sent messages on Twitter. I've forgotten what I've seen. That shows maybe they do speak. Maybe he will be an agent for us and talk with him and say, you should join Chelsea. I don't know, but it's up to him probably. And you could say, let's be honest, our new contract format may well be an issue for him, but we don't know. At Chelsea, we have to realize that behind closed doors, it's a big mess. The players had no time to bond and understand each other. Too many young egos, too many new players. I am Zeus. I like your name. And I think that's just the truth. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 87 likes, 30 more to get it to 100. Let's make it work. Coach, you talk like you watched every Poch Tottenham game. I like to follow. He had players I liked so much. Let me say, he had one player I loved so much. And overall, he had players I liked so much. I like watching Son. I like Harry Kane. I like the players he had within his at Tottenham that I liked the most was Muso. Is it Muso Dembele? I like him so much. He's an excellent player. One of the players I wanted Chelsea to sign also, but we unfortunately was not able to sign him. Formation of Enzo, Caicedo, and Cowell. Though Brighton are getting interested in him. Let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I appreciate you all. Can we not use a defender as a six? Most center backs can play that role. I'm not sure what to make of that. Not use Aubameyang Galatasaray transfer possibly, or to Saudi Arabia actually. The Saudis may well be our saving grace in this transfer window. The fact that we need to sell lots of players. What will be our average age of the squad, with the exception of our captain Silva? Anyone above 24 years is on chop list. I'm not sure. I have to take my time to look at that. I can't do that calculation off the top of my head. Here's the thing, but it should be around 23 to 24, or maybe 22. Actually, I'm not sure. I have to take my time to do it correctly. Aubameyang, okay. I'm not sure. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I think that was French. So Kim, so what did he say? Chelsea also need a fighting striker. I agree with you, but let's see the sort of striker the manager wants. Saudis should start a new club called a CFC Veterans if they're going to sign all the all the players we have lined up here. Coach, we don't have a team that can carry a manager or a manager that can carry the team project. Trust the process, or is it process the review? I cannot keep up. Next season is going to be jokes. I think we'll be more organized than we were in the past season. Things will change quite a lot. Believe me, but I truly do understand your concerns there. They are legit. I have to be honest. Secret punch a Tottenham love from coach. Yeah, that here's the thing. I just love the man. I've always followed this. I didn't follow him that much at PSG, but at Tottenham, I loved watching their games. He said Aubameyang should return to Barca. Unfortunately, now if he has options, more money, better for him. He's not getting any younger, if that makes sense. The English media on the eve of 11th August will also not make this easy for Poch, and they will ask him questions about Tottenham and his past relationship. Then he should be able to deal with that effectively. Poch needs to be careful not to say anything positive about Tottenham, as it will trigger Chelsea fans. Not me. If he says he had a good time with them, yeah, I'm okay with it, but I'm not every other Chelsea fan, if that makes sense. Well, Coach, I mean, like John Stones played a 6 and he is a CB. We can give these to Wesley Fofana because he's good with the ball on his feet. Here's the thing. I don't think we have the luxury to experiment. We need to hit the ground running. Vlahovic is most likely to sign up for us, despite a first round of talks not being agreed. Chelsea will continue discussions. Wow, it's getting that serious. Okay, boo. Coach, let's see what happens. Poch will get used to where.
Sorry, coach.
Yeah.
Sorry, coach.
Uh-huh.
Just on Vlahovic, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who is that? I'm not that convinced about him as a striker, to be honest. I watched his clip. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I don't think I'm not that convinced.
What are the issues you have with him? I don't know.
He looks as if he's left-footed, isn't he?
I'm not sure he's dominant foot. Let me check for you.
I think left-footed. In his clip, just because I've not known much about him, so I just dug into it last night watching his clip. And to be honest, I'm not that convinced for the amount of money they're looking for. I don't think so. To be honest, it's not that kind of out-and-out striker that we need, like the presence that we need. It depends on the style anyway. But for me, I'm not too convinced, to be honest. It might be me alone. Anyway, I don't know if there's another person on the chat that would see what I'm thinking, though. I don't know. I hope we don't get it wrong this time, because if they're looking for 60-something million, I mean, we should be doing better. To be honest, I'm not that convinced, to be honest. And I wait to see other people's comments about him. I might be wrong. So just to keep that in anyway.
Here's the thing. I have all that. Okay, yeah, left foot. I'm concerned. His wages are very high. He's already at 250. So that makes it difficult to actually believe that report, because here's the thing. I've always said this before. If the club makes an exception in terms of wages, they're creating a problem for themselves. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody. And it was Tabejo who talked about that at length yesterday. He's already on 200 plus, and he doesn't see us paying him that much, except if he agrees for that to be incentivized. Maybe we'd consider that. But that's just me. Ty, you want to come in anywhere from everything you've had that stock? Or should I go ahead and catch up with what we have in the chat so we can switch topics?
I would just want to quickly say the aspect about Koulibaly, and I heard the well, I want to say concern or the question that no, it wasn't Eddie. It was someone in the chat. Anyways, based on what Eddie was saying, yeah, I think that the possibility is there for a quote unquote pathway for Levi Cole, but at the same time, you can't write off Chelsea getting a young centre back in. It doesn't look logical, but they're building for the future, and just with the fact that Silva is getting older and eventually he will leave. They need to plan for the future, and yes, you have Levi Cole, but there's still some uncertainty on his future as well. So you need to be prepared for any possibility. It doesn't have to be this window; it could be
Mm.
next year, and it depends on what he wants. So yes, it looks from the outlook that it's a way to give Levi Cole some assurance that there is a place for him at the club, but it
Mm.
could also be a way to open space for another addition in the centre back role. But I do think that if we do lose Koulibaly, which is a possibility now, we have to be prepared to see some level of disjointment from the beginning. But obviously, Pochettino will be focusing on that, and his coaches as well, and his assistants will be trying to get the best out of the team. I am not really fond of having such a young team because I think we do need a couple experienced heads, but it is what it is. We're rebuilding and we need some young players as well so we can plan for 5 years or the long term future rather than just the future for now. And you've always said that, coach, that you're not concerned about the long term future, usually the present. I'm paraphrasing what you'd say. So it's that's the concern. But I,
Mhm.
I do think that if we do lose Koulibaly, there is a plan behind it. And I'm hoping that the club do indeed find the best solution before, and they probably have considered already to find a way to replace Koulibaly's place or fill in that slot. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, with regards to this question from Rido, I think a majority of the games were played, and if not all of them, I'm not sure. I'm not well acquainted with the schedule. But the tour is based in the US. It's like we only have a preseason in the US. I'm not sure if we have any games out of the US. I don't know. I have to look at the schedule to answer that question correctly. Or there are another place. If there's another place, it wouldn't be too many, I think, but mainly in the United States, eastern area actually. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Inter alone imagines can we just discard them and make a preseason holiday on Saudi Arabia? Would be great to have a fashion show at Saudi. Here's the thing. I think we should stop dealing with Inter. Fabrizio's tweet, what did he say? Bring it up. I want to know. I believe coach has seen how Tottenham defeated Man City and Ajax in UEFA Champions League in 2019 and saw the passion of the man. Even I don't need those games to know how again passionate Pochettino can be. Honestly, I don't need those two games, but thank you for saying that, Code Web. I appreciate you. Much love. What did Fabrizio say? Why are you teasing us now? Yeah, left-footed. Thank you so much for saying that, Eugene. Coach, good afternoon. Please, does it look like we're going to use that Italian guy? That Italian guy? Who exactly?
I'm
Who?
assuming it's Cassidy.
Sorry?
I'm assuming it's Cassidy.
Oh, yeah, the kid. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he says the Italian kid, then that would have come to mind. Possibly, I don't know. It's up to you watch the under 20 games, him emerging as the top scorer and all that. It's easy to say he's ready, but it's up to the manager. And the manager may decide to give him a chance, but I think it also, beyond giving him a chance, it also watch him to see, okay, how well he does at the level that we expect Chelsea players to be together with the team. So it's not something, the under 20 game alone just shows us he's good. If you watch him play, you'd say he's matured beyond his age as a footballer, but we need to see him more. Right now, you can still argue it's an unknown, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 92 likes, 8 more to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. I am surprised the Saudis are not going for Mount. There's a chance that money will turn his head around. It depends on how much you mention to the player. Any player will turn around. Everything has a price. Everything sellable has a price. Mitrovic is better than Vlahovic. Mitrovic, I wouldn't, even if we sign any other striker, Mitrovic, I'd like us to have him in our ranks, really. Even I think he wouldn't mind at his age. He wouldn't mind being just a squad player. Therefore, Pochettino should drop the narrative of buying player on a high demand than selling. Okay. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Vlahovic hype merchant, maybe. We have Nkunku, and we're still looking for a striker. Nkunku, I don't think we'll sign him to come play in a striker role a striker role for us. Probably more for 10 or on the flanks. And you think that's what we're going to see happen under Pochettino? So what happens to Broya and Dacho Fofana? Those are still young players. That doesn't mean signing an established striker doesn't mean we're going to sell either of the two. I think one of them may well end up leaving alone, most likely. You can say Dacho Fofana, but I don't know. Let's just follow the club's activities in the market. In a few days, we'll have a clear understanding of what the club wants to do. Maybe not in a few days. It's still a long way. The transfer window is still a long way to go. Okay, yeah, thank you for that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Just keep Mason Mount. No need to sell him if we're not getting our top targets. No need to sell him if he's willing to put
for a new contract. Then no, you don't need to. There's no reason to sell him.
Yeah, but he has to put pen to paper if we have to keep him. Trust the process of progressing the rebuild. That's very creative, but I appreciate that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. You are right, Coach. Poch is passionate with touchline drama like Mourinho and content, not boring and looking like our ex. That looks like no emotion at all. Everybody talked about that quite a lot. But with Poch, be rest assured, everything is high. The football will be high octane. His behavior on the touchline, it's not going to be boring. Chelsea want Rice for over 100 million, according to the Telegraph. If we pay 100 million for Rice, there's something is wrong with us. That's just my opinion. Vlahovic is not worth what they want, and salary ridiculous. I would say redonkulous, actually. As well, it doesn't make sense that the guy crumbled at a big club after big move, couldn't handle pressure. That's a solid argument, but if somebody could come with the argument, the fact that Juventus as a team has struggled for a few years right now. Who has more goals, Jackson or Vlahovic this season? I don't know. The Jackson, I have to be honest, I knew nothing about him until today. I have to be honest. I just can't pretend I know him. Maybe I may have seen him, but didn't pay attention that much. Please keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Tom Abiodokuna, I appreciate you saying that, my bro. Looks like I'm going to scroll to the Fabrizio Brown envelopes. What did he say? I'm still asking. Somebody mentioning his name. What did he say? Vlahovic just looks like a perfect prototype number 9. But looks are not everything. Looks can be deceiving, really. Let's see. Maybe we can swap Lukaku with Onana. Good luck. Loan Koulibaly to Inter with buy option. No, if it's not going to be with buy obligation, I'm not doing that such business with Inter Milan again. Allow Kowa to stay the year, then make a decision. My bro, Kishon, the New York guy, always nice to see you. As I've said, I'm not going to go into giving anybody to Inter Milan on loan with an option to buy. The rest assured, they're not going to trigger that option. Maybe with an obligation, that's fine. Nice to see you, Gordon Frogs. Appreciate you. Sky Sports News understands Mauricio Pochettino plans to go into next season with Kepa Arrizabalaga at his first choice. I don't have any issues with that, honestly. I wonder why Chelsea is not interested in Paulinho. I don't know. Chigozie Amaji, I honestly do not know. I don't believe in Poch wants this or Poch wants that. Thank you. That's how I see it until it happens. Mitrovic would be a great backup. Yep, you can use that language there, but we don't actually like to use, you can say a squad player. Somebody should time out Dante. Seriously, good decision to have Kepa as our number 1. Okay, no need to waste money on goalkeeper situation and focus on other areas to free space for financial muscles. I appreciate you saying that. I don't doubt, Coach. If he says he's been watching Poch from sports, this man here is the only content creator you was pro Poch from start that I know of. Thank you for being truthful there. He must have been watching him. Oh, thank you. I followed him a long time to know that I started arguing that he actually overachieved that spot. No goalkeeper tonight. No goalkeeper talks tonight. We've talked about goalkeepers too much. I see if Pochettino heard us and said, you know what, I'm done with this. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Bournemouth almost assigned Jackson last summer, but medical was he failed the medical. I hope he's okay. Chelsea have open talks to sign Nicholas Jackson, according to Nizar Kinsella. Okay, let's see if we can get it over the line. I heard that management doesn't want to loan another old player. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sort of sense. And especially to Inter Milan, if it is not with an obligation to buy, we shouldn't loan them any players. And I'm serious about that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. 97 likes. You people are absolute legends. If we have tried the strikers and they have failed, why the option of Vlahovic? I don't know. This is the kind of a thought that leads us to Porter. We should look at the best possible who are firing already. I think we shouldn't be worried too much with regards to whether we actually want Vlahovic or not until it happens. We don't know. I think we should move beyond believe in Pochettino wants player A, B, C, D. We don't know at this point. Yes, people, here's the link to Tactics YouTube channel. Go check it out. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. I'm going to pin it at the very top. Let's help him get to 1,000 as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm going to move on from that one quickly. What else do we have here? Chelsea want Brighton keeper to replace Kepa, according to the Daily Mail. And right now, we're saying we're done looking at goalkeeper. Chelsea want to swap Koulibaly with Onana, according to TalkSport. If Koulibaly is not in Mauricio Pochettino's plans, and they feel like they can get Onana by swapping him, doing a straight swap deal with Inter Milan, I'm all for it. As long as, but we should consider that carefully, because if Koulibaly leaves, that sounds to me more like we're going to start looking for another defender, another experienced defender. If that makes sense. Bye, coach. I want to watch my national team play today. Tell me more about them, brother. And if you want to be a panelist, you can present shows about your national team on the other channel, Soccer Perspective, and I'll give you the space to do that. Just let me know if it's something you'd be interested to do. Tengu Rido, nice to see you. Thank you so much. John Webb, I haven't seen you for a while. Why would you want Kepa? I don't want Kepa. Do I look like Mauricio Pochettino to you? He's not good. This is not La Liga. That is your opinion. English Premier League is physical. Kepa just won't work. Any other goalkeeper, we get extra 18 points. That's your opinion. For me, and by the way, I'm not the one that wants Kepa. But I just said if he stays, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, there are other aspects that if we're well drilled and good enough, I think we don't have a problem in the goalkeeping area. That's how I see it. But we all see things from different lenses. I've seen a lot of people saying Kepa, he's the reason why we haven't won anything for 10 years since 1942. But I'm not here. No goalkeeper talks today. We agree. Congratulations, Thiago Silva, for support in players who committed themselves. Okay, I'm not sure what to make of that. Chelsea are stepping up their interest in Romeo Lavia. Southampton 150 million. We should wrap that one up as soon as possible and not waste too much time, honestly. Sorry?
Oh, please.
Here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, here's the thing. If in fact the rumors are true, that we don't just want, we're not signing him as an alternative for Moises Caicedо. We want Moises Caicedо, then I'm fine. That's my opinion. But go ahead with what you want to say, Ty.
But no, yeah, what you said is true. It can be, and you mentioned this earlier in the show. We need more than one midfielder, so it's not a case where we're just going to get one, because if we lose Kovacic, which I kind of see Lavia is more of that type of replacement, and Caicedo, no one can really replace Kante. If you want a player who can win back the ball for you, or you want a ball with midfield, I can't even talk, midfielder, Caicedo is one of those options that you can consider. But I'm tired of that is recycled news. It's just the same every time you hear an quote unquote update and Romeo Lavia, it's always Chelsea are stepping up their interest. Chelsea want to sign this player. Chelsea are going to sign this player. Chelsea will be pushing for this player. There's no difference. And fine,
Just rephrased.
yeah, if the club is not doing anything at that moment, just simply don't update. Just say that there's no update. Just say that the stance is still the same. They're interested in their interest. Don't say that they're stepping up their interest, because that's literally the same thing that's been said, but with different words and being rephrased and paraphrased and all type of things. It's confusing. It's gonna be frustrating. So I don't get why the Athletic keeps coming up with the same thing when simply it's been heard from before the window started. So I don't understand. It's kind of weird.
As I said, if we get Lavia, I don't have a problem. It's a good thing we're hearing. With it, he's not an alternative to Caicedo or other options we're looking at. We want him. We want other options too. Let's see what we're able to do. The beautiful game says Kepa is a backup goalkeeper at the best. Wow, at best. What goalkeeper wins you titles? Eduardo Mendy can win you titles, and we know that. But he's lost form, and he hasn't agreed a new contract with the club, which means he probably will end up leaving. Eduardo Mendy is well equipped to do better than Kepa Arrizabalaga, but you know the reason. Kepa will never win us anything. He's actually won you something already. If you want to bring up that argument, that's not me saying Kepa is the best we can do. We can actually do better than Kepa. I agree with that. If that makes sense. Southampton, 115 million are relegated. Yeah, right. They want, but we should not offer nowhere near that. He is 19 years old, 25 million max. There are other suitors. So if we're serious, we have to pay up. But let's see what to do. But I just don't want us to overpay for the kid. I would rather pick a Mitrovic and pay less than Vlahovic, who may even flop. We're not sure how well he's going to do in the Premier League. So that's a very solid argument. Kepa should be investigated for illegal betting on Chelsea matches. Just go away. I'm going to move on from that. Let's see what topic we have lined up here to talk about. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 100 likes already. You people are absolute legends, and I sincerely do appreciate that. Let's look at what we have lined up next. Okay, I think this brings us to the Romeo Lavia talk. Chelsea are stepping up their long-term interest in Romeo Lavia. Southampton are reluctant to sell him unless they receive an offer of the region in the region of £15 million. Chelsea, if they proceed with this one, will obviously look to pay less than that. I think this is just what's been quoted out there. We can't get him for less, I believe. That is, it depends on how serious other suitors are. But your thoughts on this one, Eddie? Okay, is it there, or is it maybe you can say taking a break and drinking his tea? Okay, let me see what else we have here. Even Robert Sanchez. Okay, we're not talking about goalkeepers again right now. We're talking about Romeo Lavia. What do you make of the situation? For every keeper, everything Kepa has won us. His losses are even more. The penalty is still in the orbit. Okay. Let's move on. Big one. Big up everyone. Big up to you too, Martin. Oh, always nice to see you. Keep smashing the like button, people. We are at 100. Let's try to get it up to 200 as soon as possible. Ty Swatton, bro. However, this will be happening with every transfer story, bro. Welcome to the world of the transfer window, the silly season. There will also be a lot of BS stories, as well. But it just makes it fun. It just makes it interesting. I doubt Romeo would want to play in the championship. No, he wouldn't. He knows there are no shortage of suitors for him right now, I believe. Although I can't give you any. But he's talented. Clubs would want to sign him for cheap. Man, Grealish is a party animal. Okay, I will pay 50 million for Paulinho. I think he's a good player. Do I think he's worth 50 million? I don't know, but that's your opinion. You think you would pay that much for him? But let's see what the club does. Big up to you too, IBZ. He's actually on the panel. IBZ, if you're listening, you've heard everything we've talked about, and if you want to come in anytime, You are an OG here. But I asked Eddie, are you still there? You have anything to say with regards to the Romeo Lavia report here by the Athletic? Ty just complained about them a few minutes ago. They know how to rotate topics, rephrase them, paraphrase them, spice it up a bit. That's what they do. Yep, IBZ is in the chat today. I think he's probably busy and only able to participate in the chat. I think we can only spend you can only spend on 250 million players. Hence, I'd recommend we table for Caicedo early, get rejected, and then move to cheap DMs, to DM on a striker target. I don't. Nobody's too sure what Chelsea is going to do, and nobody's too sure what we're capable of doing. But I can only say, here's the thing: given the circumstances we found ourselves in, and given something somebody said an FFP expert said after spending that much money, 600 million plus, that without Champions League football, we'd be borderline in trouble with you could say with the FFP, if that makes sense. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people that likes to go along with. So, Eddie, what do you make of the Romeo Lavia report? Okay, it doesn't look like Eddie is there. Eddie, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Okay, big up. Let me just get from Eddie since he's back now. So, Eddie, big up to you. Your thoughts on the Romeo Lavia report? Okay, looks like Eddie is having an audio issue. But you go ahead, IBZ, since you're in now, brother. Big up to you. I said hello to you. Let me just repeat it. IBZ.
Big up, man.
Big up, my bro. Much love to you. I appreciate you so much. Your thoughts, what do you make of the Romeo Lavia news? If you have anything to say to that.
You wait and see, I guess. You just wait and see.
Is he a player you like? I think you've spoken about him before. And you speak very highly of him.
I've not seen the reports, but it's someone that everyone has been, raving on about him over the past year. It's funny because this is his debut season, isn't it? So he's had a good debut season and everyone's on him. But yeah, I just have to wait and see what happens. I don't know. It's hard to say before Pochettino actually comes in the door. Maybe he's doing background work already. Who knows? But I don't know. I don't see him as the Heron now. If you ask me, if we're letting N'Golo Kante and Mateo Kovacic go, and then you're going to tell me you're going to bring in Romeo Lavia, I'm not going to really be optimistic. I'll be optimistic in a few years, but not next year. Not going into the new season. I won't be optimistic. No, good potential, great potential, but I believe we need to be concentrated on current ability, especially with likes of players like N'Golo Kante leaving and Mateo Kovacic. You can't replace that with potential. I'm sorry, we can't. So depending on where we want to be, I mean, if we want to, a process season or we up and down season like we just had, I'm not saying Lavia is going to be a problem, but I'm saying I don't believe he will have the experience enough to be our midfield glue. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't see we need to be getting more.
If we're going to sign him, we have to mix it up with experience.
Yeah. So it's reports in it, so it's not really concrete. But yeah, long-term interest. Yeah, okay. We'll see what happens, but I would like it that we get more established players, more players that are more of age and ready than potential need in the year. I mean, there's generational talent, but I don't believe Lavia is generational. I'm sorry if that hurts a few Chelsea supporters, but he's good potential. I don't think he's generational enough for him to say, oh yeah. But yeah, that's just what I take from it. So we'll see what happens. But I would prefer to have had like more an established name be circled around. It just seems like the same names keep circling around again that was circling in January. So it doesn't seem to be any movement. But yeah, we'll see what happens when Poch comes.
Yeah. Eddie, how about you? Is he a player you like? Do you think we need him? Is he a signing that will make sense for us if you're there, Eddie? And you seem to be struggling with your audio system.
Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, crystal clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just agree with what IBZ said. I mean, it shouldn't be. He's a young lad, up and coming, very good player. But I mean, we have to mix it up with experience. If we're going for Caicedo, and we have Enzo there already, and then if we're bringing in Lavia, just as I said, though, we have to live with the fact that it's going to be a different Chelsea squad altogether. Young lads trying to build maybe for the future. So if that's the direction we're going, well, no, that's not a problem. But someone has talked about Paulinho from Fulham. I mean, he's not a young player. He's a good player. He's experienced as well. So we should be looking in that direction, and then even like the likes of Mitrovic as well, to bring the experience to the club as well, and they can actually give something now. So for me, Lavia, if we're looking at Lavia, they're looking at Caicedo. There's this talk about Milinkovic Savic, and all these players have just been linked to Chelsea. But we don't know what's, and then even a few minutes ago,
We've been linked with Savic. We've been linked with a move for Savic for 300 years now.
Yeah, God knows when. Yeah, and then there's this talk about, I don't know what is that report is true or not. Pochettino wanting Højbjerg, and Spurs just said Højbjerg is not in the picture for the new manager, so that he can leave if good offers coming for him. I mean, so I don't know. It's just all over the place. So we just wait and see until we sign a player. But one thing I just want to say is that I think, fans as a whole, when the season is up and running and we find players that are not good, we tend to want to get rid of them now during the season when the window is not even open. But when the season closes and the window is about to open, we still talk about those players. Oh, we cannot let them go. We feel as if we still want to hold on to this same player. But when the season starts and they're messing up or they're not doing well, we feel as if, the transfer window should just open now and we get rid of this player. But when we have the opportunity, just like people are talking about Kepa, when Kepa comes back playing again, I've been reading some comments about, we should keep Kepa. Kepa is good enough to be number one. We forget that Kepa, I mean, when the season starts and Kepa starts all this, it's mistake. Everybody wants to get rid of Kepa. So we have the opportunity. It's not like we want to eat our cake and have it at the same time. That's what I think we're doing here. We want to keep on to player like this amount. Some people will write during the season, he's not good enough. Sell him, throw him out of the club. Now we want to sell Mason Mount. People are turning around and say, the club wants to let Mason Mount leave. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, if we want to let go, we let go. If we want to keep, we decide to keep. And then we live with whatever decisions.
Oh, he got kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's back again.
You can refer to this comment when the season starts.
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
So, I mean, when the season starts, if we can all remind people about what they write and say before the season starts, when the season is actually up and running. Because for me, if Mason Mount is not signing, what do we expect the club to do? Hold on to a player and let him go for free? And then when he goes for free, they say, the club is doing bad business. Now he doesn't want to sign. They've offered him what they want to offer him. If he wants to leave, he can leave. We get player and move on. That's the way I think we should be running football club. No player is bigger than the football club. You understand? So that's just my take about all these things.
You're doomed if you do, or you're doomed if you don't.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I think it's a difficult balance to achieve. Also, no matter how you see it, we wouldn't want for Arsenal. We shouldn't wait for Arsenal, so to speak. Let's table our beats and ask the player if he's interested. You shoot your shot. Mount 50 million, cover 40 million, 40 million equal to 130 million. Get Paulinho and Caicedo for 120 million, 10 million difference. Keep Santos, Chukwuemeka, and Caicedo. Let's see what the club does. N'Golo Kante and his associates are finalizing the takeover of Belgium, a football club, a Royal Excelsior. Congratulations to him. It was Nevada, somebody in Nevada that first talked about that here. But thank you for saying that, providing an update for us that they are actually finalizing that. He deserves that. I prefer Kone from rumors. I don't see anyone paying that much for him, though. We don't know. Let's see what happens. Lavia is young and not too tall. Him and his apparent it will not be the best partnership We don't know why the club wants him, what position they'd like him to play. We need some experience and height, and not exciting potential. We need to mix it up. Otherwise, I would struggle so much in the coming season. Pochettino to be careful with his selection. Yeah, I agree with you. You cannot sign only on the 22-year-olds players. Need at least 2 experienced players, well, at least 1 experienced player in every department on the pitch. And Mitrovic, Jackson is 21. Yeah, we need to mix it up. Romeo Lavia is very good. Is a very good DM. Under a good manager, he will flourish and allow Ains a space to be more creative. Here's the thing, I'd say this. I think Romeo is a good player. I've not seen enough to say. I don't think he's more of a box-to-box midfielder, actually. That's my opinion. Well equipped to be, rather than be a sitting DM or play that traditional DM role. I don't think he's capable of fulfilling that role. I could be wrong. I don't know everything, but I watch him more to see maybe if he fits, if he can fulfill the DM role. But let's see what happens. But big up to you, Chelsea Godfather. Nice to see you one day. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Hopefully, we will facilitate the collab soon. Chelsea still has not stabilized yet. Yep, we cannot screw up this window, or we will finish even lower next season. This window, it has to be one of the most important transfer windows for the new owners. We have to be strategic. We have to spend wisely. We don't have to sign players for the sake of it. I think they've assessed the squad, and I do believe they will only go for players that will, make us better and to ensure that we're ready to compete. You get Kieran, what's his name? Kieran Thuram. That was Thuram for less than that. At least he is a 6'4". Wow, that's a good. Yeah, we need a height there. Physical, fast, strong, proper DM. Lavia is not really a DM, more of a CM. You and I the same, and I think that's a delicious comment. And I agree with you, Constantine. I agree that's a delicious comment from Constantine Dante. At least he's not here to shame me in public today. Vavadi has been linked as well. Didn't we hear? Wasn't he the one who put a bid of 100 and something million euros? Lavia is a DM, but the risk is young, 19, but he's very talented. Personally, I'd have preferred a seasoned DM like Amrabat. Amrabat is a good shot there. Big up to you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 104 likes. Let's get the likes up. And if you're using a browser, a Chrome, you see the heart icon there. Click, double tap in the heart icon or the 100% there or whatever icon you choose. I appreciate that. Sorry?
Did you see it yesterday? I was doing it yesterday because I was using.
Oh, you did it yesterday? Okay.
Yeah, and I was surprised because I was seeing the 100 emoji, the heart emoji, the surprise emoji, the surprise face emoji, and shocked.
Yeah, and then 100%. Yeah, and 100. Yeah, yeah. You on the browser, right? On the phone.
Yeah, on the browser.
Oh, okay. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 104 likes. If you haven't, also do subscribe to the channel. If you haven't. Let's see, Milan all fighting for Nicholas Jackson's signature, according to Romano. Okay, let's see, Leipzig. So Leipzig will probably, again, if the keys is concerned, if he prioritizes getting game time, he'll probably choose Leipzig. Other clubs there don't usually give young players a chance that much. If that makes sense. You cannot sign 22 players. You can sign all 22 players, but players like Alphonso Davies, Jude Bellingham, all quality. Okay, what experience? Okay, defensive midfielder can play also like central midfielders. Of course, he plays already in center. And you could argue that, but specialty matters. If you specialize in executing certain roles, that does go a long way. We already signed Sanchez Cacedo, Chukwuemeka for young, promising players in the midfield. We don't need more of that. We need to mix it up with experience. Otherwise, we'd see ourselves in a situation like, again, experience what Arsenal fans experienced in the past season, this last season, the 22-23 season, where they did so well, but because they lacked experience in depth, they bottled it. That's my opinion. I think they bottled it because they don't have enough experienced players. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let's switch to the next topic here. I don't know if anybody else has anything to say with regards to the Romeo Lavia discussion. I think IBC has spoken. AD has. Tyrone, I think you have actually from before we got to that to the topic proper. Let's. Interesting. They were. Why is he using the word they? Okay, I didn't scroll up. This says that Chelsea, like Victor Osimhen and Dusan Vlahovic, is also on the radar. Rasmus Højlund has been monitored. They were considering re-signing Tammy Abraham from Roma. I think Tammy is a good player, but I think it's a huge risk. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm not going to get into details. Tammy Abraham, okay, from Roma, but the serious knee injury he suffered in the season finale just over a week ago has removed him from the equation. Even if he isn't injured, I think it's a huge risk for him and for the club. And the buyback clause I heard is around 17 million pounds or more, actually. I don't think Tammy really is Mauricio Pochettino's type of player, but that's my argument. Let me start with you, Ty. What do you make of this?
No. Okay, fine. So the Victor Osimhen interest isn't new. We've already established that. I think he's one of those players that would fit into Mauricio Pochettino's team. He has the pace. He's a player that can also drift wide. He has those attributes on him, so it would be something that could work. Dusan Vlahovic is a player I haven't really talked about, and there's a lot of risk. There's always a risk when you get these players from the Italian league or any other league, for example.
Mhm.
I'm not really convinced on him from a personal standpoint. I think there's some aspects. He's a young player, and I think there's some aspects of him that still needs improvement. He's a player that needs to watch his runs. He does make a lot of runs, but he gives me that sense of a Timo Werner who he needs to be getting a lot of space, and you need to be creating space and over the top passes or passes in between spaces. He gives me that type of vibe. You need somebody that can help you in build ups. Somebody that can. It doesn't mean that they're going to be the AM or whatever, but they need to be able to get a little 1-2 touch here. And judging by the way Mauricio Pochettino plays, and he's done that from Southampton and the club he was at before that. I don't remember the name of the club.
Mhm.
And Tottenham, and he went to PSG. Was the same patterns, not same patterns, but the same playing style and same structure. You need somebody like that. Tammy Abraham, he based on what I've seen of him at Roma, he is a player that has worked well for Jose, and that's Jose. But I don't really think he should be the option. So even if he was fit or he was available on the market, I don't think we should have gone for him, because I haven't really seen much of an improvement in him. And for the reason why he didn't really succeed. Well, I don't want to say succeed, but the reason why he wasn't a successful option under Tuchel, for example, was because he's not that player that you can rely on to really be that supportive outlet. Yes, he can get into the positions at the right time. Yes, he can score headers, or you can get at the end of crosses. But he's not a player that when you look at what he offers from the midfield, or supporting the midfield, or collecting the ball from the midfield and supporting the other attackers. That's not his best suit. And you need a player who is adaptable, a player that can support the other attackers and not just receiving the ball just to finish. That's one of the jobs of a striker, and it's in the name to strike the ball into the back of the net. But you also need to be able to support your other attackers. And with Nkunku coming in, you need somebody that can work well with him, and he can support, and vice versa. So I think the better option, if you had to choose between those three, would have to be Victor Osimhen. The price is an issue, but for me, Abraham coming back, I'm not saying that it's good that he got an injury, but I do think that the fact that he's injured, it's some sort of a blessing, because I do think the club would consider the buyback also. I think it'd be available this season or next year. I don't remember, but
But it's
I,
too expensive, though.
Yeah, so I think we sold him for what 30 something, and then the buyback is 2 times that. I remember it being something like that. But yeah, I don't think Abraham would have been the better option. And there's other options you can get. You can get somebody experienced just for the sake of having experience with the attack. We do have
Uh-huh.
strikers. It's not like we do have strikers. They're just inexperienced and they're still raw. You can use that terminology. But I don't know. I don't think Abraham would have worked if he came back because I haven't really seen an improvement in him since he's gone to the Italian League at over.
Yeah, if you're watching, please, if you haven't, keep dropping the likes on the stream and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I want to put up the poll quickly to ask those in the chat whether they want to see Tammy Abraham back at Chelsea. I don't think it will work. Arsenal will be ready to step up a very interesting Kai Havertz if Chelsea are to significantly lower their demands for the player. Reports of Matt Law. I don't think we should lower it. I'd rather him stay and lower the price to a significant measure. We need a Casimo Rodri, even a Rice style players in a DM next to Enzo, a defensive-minded player as Enzo is not that. Yeah, he can contribute defensively, but Enzo needs to have the independence. He needs to be accorded the independence to be more adventurous on the pitch. That doesn't mean he should play as a 10. He's just to start deeper in a deeper role. I think he's more of a deep line playmaker than again. I don't know what some people think he's a 10. No, I think he'd be more effective playing from a deeper area. Yeah, he needs a defensive-minded player that will allow him the independence to be more adventurous on the pitch because he can get you goals too. Question to the panel: would you be happy to see Kai Havertz to go to Arsenal? As if I knew. No. I will not. If they're gonna give us 70 plus, maybe consider it. But if they want, you can say a cut price Kai, I'd say no. I don't know if anybody else on the panel has anything to say. I know I won't.
No. I'm not happy
Yeah,
he
go
goes
ahead.
to Arsenal. What the hell? Sorry, my friend. What the hell am I going to be happy? Ours goes to what? That's not even a discussion. I'm not going to be happy at all.
Mm-hmm.
He should, if he's going, just get out of this island. Get out of the British Isles. Go back to Europe. Go Saudi Arabia. Go. I don't know. Don't go to another Premier League club. Don't go Arsenal. What the hell?
Thank you for not speaking French.
What the hell is that about? What's this? Emmanuel Petit. What are we doing there? I mean, William Gallas 2.0. What's going on? No. I'm not hearing it. Yeah, I want him. Yeah, I do. I'm not even a narrative of him wanting him out anyway. But yeah, if they're gonna sell him, like, what? Who sells to Arsenal? Like, they're gonna sit down and have a discussion with Edu. Yeah. Like, what the hell with this ball? Yeah,
and I don't believe that actually. I think.
Again, it's summer, innit? Everyone's just got rumors for days, innit? So yeah, boy, innit? But what? He's going to Arsenal.
No, William Gallas. Oh my God.
All right, let me get what more we have in the chat here. Let me bring back that window. I think I want to get Edith start in a bit with regards to that report. I've read that one too. I think Chelsea can get Nicholas Jackson in another centre forward because Jackson plays from both wings too. Wow. Okay, Chigaze, thank you for that.
So does Broha and so does Dacho Fofana. We have strikers who can play as wingers or wide forwards. So it doesn't make
especially Dacho Fofana. To me, he's more of a winger than he is actually a number 9. Doubt Caicedo will come. Arsenal owners, it seems as if they are backing them in this window. Let's see what will happen. Rasmus Højlund is one we cannot miss. A perfect number 9 in my opinion. A good Johnson, a Haaland mix. Wow, that's delicious. I have to watch him even more to conclude to come to that conclusion. How is Kai not worth 60 million? These clubs are trying to pump Chelsea. Yeah, because we're desperate. If we're being honest, we're desperate to sell players, and they know. I keep young players like Kai. He's still very young, and it's a talent that we want us to keep. Kim Min-Jao is class. I've started to learn that myself. Seems as if Min-Jao wants United. Some are saying that actually it's practically done. And Samuel Troop, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Kim So, I appreciate you, brother. Much respect to you. I appreciate you joining the show. Heard United are in for Caicedo too. Yep, I heard that too. Rice is Arsenal bound, and I am jealous. I'm not one bit. Honestly, I have to be honest. One benefit of clearing high wage players from the roster is it creates a salary cap room for Osimhen. We need them. We don't know what the club wants to do. You think we need him? Do you think the manager likes him that much or feels? Do you think the manager sees him as a good fit for his preferred approach to football? Or don't give Arteta Kai or we will regret it. Here's the thing, if they can pay up, it's up to the club. Lukaku is the only player I can sell to Arsenal because I don't even care if Lukaku ends up in Nigerian league. Kai to Arsenal is a no. If I was him going to Arsenal, it's going backward. Winning is not. It's not a short. Here's the thing. I don't believe that rumor actually. That's just me. Big up to you too, Chimera. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you all. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Yeah.
In our mind, in all our hate for players, yeah. God knows where we get that from anyway. Like they even offended our mums or something. But in all our hate for players, yeah. You really rather strengthen your rival? I don't understand the mindset.
No, it's just, I think here's the thing. I think you should understand what he means. That's just him. You can say.
I like his comment.
Yeah.
I'm just saying generally. Oh yeah, we'll sell him. Let's just sell him. Let's just go. Like I think what is it Eddie was saying. Oh, let's just sell him. Yeah. Let's get him gone. Yeah. Let's take him to Arsenal. Yeah. As long as he's off our Chelsea, I don't care where he goes. The what? You forget we got to play Arsenal twice next year. What happens if he pops up and scores a hat trick in both?
It could be
you
more
know what I
than
mean? What do we say then? Oh no, come on, guys, man. Let's not give the entertainment of give it ammunition to our rivals. They can sod off. Honestly, they can do one. Am I the only one in that camp? Like, why do we have to give our rivals our players?
I don't. I honestly don't want.
I don't give a damn if
it's
it's £10. Yeah. Go look for your own player. You go look for your own striker or your own. Yeah. I don't even see how you sitting in the boardroom discussing. Hey, no, we can't be that shameless. Nah, Bowley, man, you gotta have more. There has to be more clout in that boardroom, bro. To be sitting, nah, man. Sorry, man. I've just that. No, not Arsenal in it. Like, what the hell? But yeah.
So Man United are practically playing with us. It's saying this report that AD sent me here is saying it is understood Manchester United are confident Mason Mount will not sign a new deal while they weigh up of their next move. And believe Chelsea face a strict decision between dropping their valuation of seeing the 24-year-old walk away for nothing. I think that sounds like what's going to happen. If they're saying this, they've spoken with him. He really wants to join them, and that's nothing new. We've heard that before. Arsenal will be prepared. I think I've read that report. AD bringing us lots of update here. Chelsea won a combined £140 million for Mason Mount and Kai Havertz, asking 74. Havertz is unrealistic. That's just what you think there. Galatasaray coach Akon Baruch has confirmed his club wants to sign a lot of Chelsea players. Wow. So they're going to come to the Chelsea shopping mall. So this summer, report Turkey suggesting Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Christian Pulisic are two of those targets. I don't think Pulisic will want to go to Turkey right now. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Usually players go to Turkey and they don't recover and able to play anywhere else in Europe. That's how I see it. I'm not sure why that is the case. They pay well, though. You can say Turkey has some good clubs there, and Drogba has played there. What's the Brazilian international? Lots of Brazilians have played there. Okocha did play there. What's the Brazilian? Was it Hawk? Hawk played there too, one of the clubs there. But I don't know why that it doesn't look like that league is that strong. Paulinho is 27 and came from Sporting CP to Fulham. I think he's a good player, and that will mean experience. We're signing experience if we're able to get him. Yusudamin Imoneko. Nice to see you. I hope I did not butcher your last name. Vlahovic and Caicedo and that bad. The CFC Saudis clubs to the rescue. Yeah, I think they may well be R7 Grace. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go. Long way, Christopher Sato says, good morning. I believe we need to prioritize the selling and developing the new young players. This is why this coach was hired. A January window, we will know if Broya and Fofana have a potential. Trenko as a DM. We don't have the luxury to experiment right now. Don't worry, people. We have versatile Gallagher who can play anywhere. Spartan IBZ. Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot, not IVC. Too many fans out there that want Kai gone. For me, it would be a big mistake. Unfortunately, this is some of the fan base, bro, are disgraceful. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If Kai wants to leave and Chelsea gets a sizable fee, sell him. But if you ask me, do I want him to stay? I'd say yes, because I know he's such a talent.
Do you understand that? Do you understand that could be a strengthening of the rival? Yeah,
exactly. I do agree with that. But I'm not into selling him to Arsenal, first of all.
That's it.
Even if he scored 10 own goals against us this past season, I'm not into us selling him to Arsenal. The beautiful game, actually, he presented some talent statistics. As bad as he was this past season, he's actually he has a better statistics than Lautaro Martinez. And if we're to believe what we're seeing out there, we'll end up paying something north of 70 to 80 million pounds for Lautaro Martinez, which doesn't make sense. So people sometimes see football on the surface level. I understand the sort of player that Kai Havertz is, and I know where if you play him in a deeper position than in the number 9 position, he probably do more for us. I agree, he's been crappy
let's just say, for hypothetically,
but beyond that, I think he's a good player.
Hypothetically speaking, let's just say he goes to Arsenal, unveiled, joins Jorginho, and he actually does well, assisting, scoring, driving through the middle, giving Odegaard a run for his money. And you look at him like, wow, that guy played for us, one that have a thing in your mind that, damn, what do we do by selling him? At least not to see him flourish. If he doesn't flourish with Chelsea, that's fine. That's completely fine. But I wouldn't want to see him flourish at Arsenal. What? Sell him to Barcelona, let him flourish there and do to Arsenal. What? And he starts at Chelsea versus Arsenal at Emirates. He starts and he cooks. What do we say then?
Yeah,
I can't even.
It's gonna break a lot of Chelsea fans. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. Havertz has had his name run through the mud. Yet it seems like a lot of the big clubs want him, and only Man United want Mason Mount. A strange. Here's the thing. 2 things about Havertz. He's got the talent, and he's still very young. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why you see Chelsea not wanting to sell him for cheap, because if he stays, they can convince him. If he starts enjoying himself, they can convince him to put the pen to paper for a new contract. There are reasons why these clubs want our players. They see talent in them. Unfortunately, when fans don't like a player, this is always the case. Only a Chelsea fans. I don't think it's only Chelsea fans. I get your argument. Most people don't see football beyond the surface level. And this is not me saying Kai Havertz is the best player in the world. Of late, he's been crappy, I have to be honest, but there's a player in him, which is one of the reasons why the club, they're not too much in a hurry to sell him. And next season, Mudryk will be hard. I believe that. If Chelsea were able to hijack the original Mbappe, the front line would be very helpful and terrible, right? Added midfielder Caicedo.
I wanted to ask, would you take, this is for everyone if you're listening, we signed Kylian Mbappe and that's it, nothing else, no more comes in, that's it, we've done it, that's it, over. Would you take that?
No, I wouldn't. Why do I say that? Because if you don't have a good defensive midfielder, it would be a case of the same issue we had under Frank Lampard. Score too many goals, but opponents are also in many cases will outscore us. So we have other issues we have to sort out. Really.
Yeah. We're gonna see 5-4. We're gonna 3-2.
Say 9-1. 9-9.
So we were excellent going forward under Frank Lampard, but defensively we struggled. So we'll see the same
Were we
thing.
excellent at all?
Offensively, we were good at one point. Let me just put it that way.
We were top
Which
of the
Frank
league
Lampard? The one that in the one before.
Not the second coming.
Okay, the first coming. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In his first season. His first season, not the second season. His first season when he had the band.
His first season, baby.
When
Fikayo
was in the side.
Yeah, he started very well. I think he started when we signed big name players. He started struggling.
Yeah, he started struggling.
We were top of the league for 2 weeks in November of 2020, and then that's everything just started derailing. We were winning 3-0 and 4-0 and 3-2 and 3-1.
Yeah, lots of high scoring games. It's better Mbappe is still young. And if you're in the chat, stop using too many caps. If you use caps, all caps, or for your comment, Nightbot would delete it. And send your messages as a paragraph rather than sending them in pieces. I think it can be exhausting. But Kai does not want to leave, as it's actually been hard from the club or the player himself is saying this. I understand. So if he wants to leave, that's where I say, okay, just let him go. But people are just putting the rumors out there that he wants to leave. We shouldn't sell any player to Arsenal. Yep, even our worst player, Tammy, is Chelsea level. Come on, I just asked the question. You just put your select.
Really?
Just do it on the poll. Don't fight me, Thomas Bays, please. Havertz is not that guy in this club, but no to Arsenal. I wouldn't sell him to Arsenal. Between Havertz and Mount, who do you think has contributed more overall? I'm not going to get into that argument. Slug it out with those in the chat. Havertz has been playing at Chelsea for too long, but there's no change at all. Let him go. Yeah, that's your opinion too. Kai stays. He's a good player. That's your opinion too. We're not sure what's going to happen. Hasn't gotten better. Okay, let's see. Kai is only 23 years old, and fans want him gone. Seriously, I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You have to believe it, DJ. Otherwise, you have to. We're gonna keep hearing. I cannot believe what I'm hearing. You say it 1,000 times, and it doesn't change anything. If that makes sense. Let's see what Kishan says here. These players are no bigger than the club. That's the truth. Remember, I told you if he wants to leave in the club, they want to sell him. Fine by me, because what I think, my opinion doesn't change anything. Well, my opinion, I think there's a good player in him, but we need to play him deeper than usual to see the best of him. That's my opinion. That's not me saying he's the best player at the club. Is it the worst? No. As a club, we have to eventually have confidence in what we're doing and have faith in our plan. Selling it to any club should be a concern to Chelsea.
Unless it's Arsenal, it shouldn't be.
Unless it's Arsenal, yeah. All Havertz has is talent. Chelsea don't need just talent. Full stop. We need a talent that works for us. I agree with you. And if the manager feels like Kai won't work for him, just let him go. It's as simple as that. If he's that good as a 10, the coaches would see that. Okay.
Oh, so he's not good as a 10. That's why they play him as a false 9.
Maybe. So, yeah, we don't know. Havertz can go. I don't think he's great. So please go to Arsenal. That's your opinion too. Tammy Abraham, scary jokes are continuing. My comment in the nicest way. I understand, but that's your opinion. We have it on the poll, so no need being redundant here. Does anyone know what Poch plans to implement?
No.
If 4-2-3, nobody knows. Go all out for Caicedo and keep Kai if 4-3-3. Get the best DM on the market and sell Kai. Everything comes down to the personnel available to the manager. That's how I want to see it. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Ty was saying something.
I think we may see a back three still in some games.
Yeah, it all depends on what players were able to sign and what players are available to the manager. And please, Ty Talks, the link to a CFC session is pinned at the very top. Chelsea Godfather, Thomas Bays, and Logan. All of you, if you haven't, please go check out Ty's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to him. And by the way, Logan, nice to see you. And Mark H, nice to see you. I appreciate you all. Before we switch the topic here, regardless, don't sell Kai to Arsenal ever. No, don't do that. Yeah. Havertz was good under Potter when Potter was not playing him as a number 9. Remember BVB game? not just one game. What Chelsea need are players that complement each other. That's a delicious comment, I have to say. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. Let's switch topic. Right, Moises Caicedofrom talk. You can argue the one of the elephants in the room, or my mouth, or so whatever you want to call it. Moises Caicedofrom doesn't have a fixed preference on which club he wants to join this summer. I don't know who Chris Whitley is. Caicedo wants to play Champions League football, and it's being targeted by both Arsenal and Chelsea. Okay, yeah. Ty, where does that leave us? Do you think we have a chance if we were to believe this? The simple answer is no. But Ty, your thoughts?
I think that this is very contradictory, and it gives a sense of an oxymoronic type of structure. I mean, he doesn't have a fixed preference, but then you go on to say that he wants to play Champions League. So therefore, you're literally alluding to the fact that he would most likely choose to go to a club where he can play Champions League football. I I think that if you take out the part that he wants to play that part, and then you see he has no fixed preference, then I think that gives the the perspective that Chelsea do have a strong chance. I think there is a chance for us to get him, but at the same time, I think somebody in the chat said this as well. And Vic just said the exact same thing. Everybody has a preference. They're gonna prefer. At the end of the day, you're gonna prefer whatever offer is more acceptable in your eyes, or what you think is better for you. So you're gonna have a preference in the end. But I think somebody in the chat had said that we shouldn't wait until Arsenal come in and say that we're going to make this offer of, for example, 60 million. We need to be more proactive and not reactive. And right now we have to be reactive. And I think it's important that we at least make an offer for him. It doesn't matter. You can test the waters. You can have a starting bid and or an opening bid, and then you go from there. Just let Brighton know that they don't have all the power, because what you're giving them more power than they deserve. You're giving them the opportunity to I don't want to use this because it's gonna be a bit graphical. They're going to bend you over, and then they're going to think they can do anything they want to do to you. So basically, yes, they have a player that the club are supposedly interested in, and we have a player on our books that they want to keep, and the manager wants to keep. So I think it's important that we get these deals on. But I do think that there's a chance for us. I just feel like that report is kind of contradictory, because at one point it says there's no preference, and then it goes down to say that he wants to play Champions League football, and then says that he's targeted by Arsenal, who has Champions League football, which Chelsea doesn't even have any European competition.
Yeah, see, here's something else. Before I even go to IVZ, I think another issue would have is player salary.
Yeah.
The wages of players. I think the new format are I don't. Lots of players will be reluctant to come to us because of that. That's how I see it. Do you think that would be also an issue?
Yeah, I think so. And obviously, well, we saw that with supposedly we saw that with Ugarte as well. It's a case where we were being told that he wants to play in the Premier League. But when you compare the supposed wages that we were willing to offer him in comparison, and when you go up against PSG with the backing and the financial situation that they have, it's not as easy to persuade clubs to join the club, especially with the fact that football is now more about how much money you can get, and a lot of these young players want to be able to be earning something, because at the end of the day, it's still a job. They get paid for doing work, so they're gonna want the best wages they can get, or the best salary they can get. So I think if when you consider the fact that one club is gonna be getting funds, or they're gonna get a reward for qualifying for a competition, that's gonna give them extra funding. And when you have a club that is open to giving them perhaps not what they want, but something that is gonna be interesting to them or something that can persuade them to join, then yeah. But I think Caicedo is well. I think Caicedo in his new contract, his wages increased. I think I was gonna say that he's earning less than 100,000. I'm not sure how much he's earning now, but I think if it was a case where he was earning less, perhaps then we have a strong chance of saying, okay, we can give him 100 and something and he can accept that. But if it's a case where he's earning closer to 100, I think he may want something closer to 200 or something a bit below that. But I do think that's going to be an issue, not only with Caicedo, but with other players, because they're going to compare how much wages they can get from other clubs, because all this the targets that we supposedly have, other clubs want them and they're able to offer them wages at a level where they don't consider risk of them not working out, and they don't consider that to the extent where they say we're gonna try the safer route, and then there's gonna be bonuses if we qualify for the Champions League, scoring goals, whatever the case may be. I think yeah, that can be another stumbling block for us if wages comes into the picture, and if it's between another club giving them this offer and us giving them a lower offer, because we're trying to take a more consolidated approach.
Right, thank you for that. Don't give Brighton any more players on money. Yeah, it depends on the club's priorities. Every player has a preference. That's the truth. Would a club like Real Madrid go for Caicedo? No, I think they're overloaded in that department. I don't think they come for him. I think the hype is creating a price which is unreal. He's a very good player, but 18 million. Let's see what happens. So, coach, I don't think I can right now. Madrid have paid over 100 million for Bellingham and 16 million for 16-year-old Endrick. It's all down to supply and demand. Yeah. Is Sam Padu coming back for preseason? I think lots of players will come back. And sometimes you see managers trim players down. Sometimes they go with everybody they have. But by the time they come back, by the time preseason ends, some people are already gone from there. So most definitely he'll be part of the preseason. That's what I think. I get no player is bigger than the club, and everyone knows this. However, and then it comes to a vast amount of some of the fan base hate on them. It seems personal, and that preference to me. I think I understand what you mean there. Sometimes people can go beyond criticism to name calling and all that. A lot of people they says I strongly believe Caicedo don't have preference. Yes, every player wants to have a Champions League, but I strongly believe he can give us a chance, knowing we can get a top four like Kante trusted us back then. Okay, I hope that's the case, and I'll take it. This Caicedo trainer looks too much hyped from the sidelines. If you ask me, people needed to calm down. Unfortunately, we're not going to come down. That's the thing, and you know quite well. Reported, we won't match any Arsenal bid for Caicedo. If that's true, it's up to him. Chelsea is still a huge club, attractive to players competitively, and offering a world-class lifestyle. But everything comes back. You have to also consider salary is important. Player power has always been a problem at Chelsea. I don't think we have that now. We just have to ensure that as the players we know that are going to leave the club, as they leave, we'll have to be sure they don't leave any, should I say, remnant of that behavior, the so-called player power behavior, or whatever you want to call it. But keep dropping on the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with 118 likes. We can do better than that, but I appreciate you also. Thank you so much. We'll have to switch to the next topic now. Caicedo to Chelsea. The poll asks a question: do you think Chelsea can sign Moises Caicedо? Yes, of course, 67%. No chance, 33%. But let's see what happens. That just shows you what people feel. A lot of people feel like we can still do it. That's 21 votes. Not bad at all. It's a good sample size. We move on. Do we have anything else? Time on the list. Anything else you want to talk about here?
I can't think of anything on top of my head. I'm assuming he talks about Ziyech though.
Yeah, we haven't. Okay, let's talk about them. How the Saudis can save us. Yeah, we have to talk about that. Rumors are that they want a Romelu Lukaku. They want Hakim Ziyech. They want Ziyech. They want Aubameyang. Aubameyang will not have been an issue, but we would have found it. Again, Lukaku is a problem. Ziyech also, you could argue, is a problem. His salary is huge, which makes it difficult for some clubs to afford him. So yeah, the Saudis may well be the saving grace for Chelsea because they want these three players that I've mentioned, four of them actually, Koulibaly included. They want Koulibaly also. That's what's the rumors are saying. So you go ahead, say what you wanted to say.
Um, I've always felt bad for Ziyech. I probably shouldn't say that because some people will say that he's earning wages and he's earning money that I could only dream of. But
Mm,
the way his career has gone at Chelsea is very unfortunate. There's been aspects where you could see that there's a good player in him. He's a creative player, but he doesn't really highlight that, or he doesn't really get that opportunity because he's either and his career at Chelsea has been, he started off very unfortunate. He played a friendly game, got injured, and then he came back in October, and then he played a couple of games and he got injured again. And ever since then, he hasn't really been the player that we hoped for. We've seen glimpses of what he can do, and
mhm.
he has scored important goals for us in the Champions League and things like that. But I think he's been unfortunate since he's joined the club. And I mean, he nearly left for PSG, and then there was this whole documentation thing that caused that deal to collapse, among other deals as well. So I think that the best thing for him to do is to leave, and if, as you have in the title, Saudis can be to the rescue, I think we should jump on
They
the
can,
opportunity
yeah. I
because
think they may well be our saving grace there
yeah,
because I don't think we. Let's see how serious those rumors are, but that of Lukaku is sounding like it's serious. They've held talks already. They offered him $20 million per year, and he's just asking for more. And that's the delay. The only the delay in that case. And this one here says that Villarreal's Nicholas Jackson has the best shot conversion rate of any player in La Liga this season, with a minimum of 6 goals scored, 29.3 to again 12 goals in total. Okay, if it's one of the best, but 29.3% shot conversion, then the strikers at La Liga must be very poor this season. Except if I don't
Lewandowski
understand.
for sure.
Except if I don't understand the statistics there. But go ahead, Ty. What did you say?
Yeah, I don't really think any striker, any attacking player has really converted a lot of goals. To say that okay, this player has scored an abundance of 15 to 20 goals, and they have competition. I think this
Mm-hmm.
season for most of the leagues there hasn't really been much of competitions for the amount of goals converted in any league. Obviously, we know that Holland he literally outdid everybody
Mm-hmm.
in the league, and then you have players in the Bundesliga. Obviously, you know that in Kunku and players like that they won the golden boot or whatever it's called in those leagues, golden ball or whatever. I'm not really sure. So I do think that I don't really know if you can use that stat to say that okay, conversion is high, or 29.83 whatever percentage it was. I don't think so. I don't think the attack, the goal scoring, or the goals converted statistic can really be of use for this season, at least because there hasn't really been much of a competition. There's been a lot of up ups and downs for each
Mm-hmm.
club league as well. So I'm not really sure about that. But if he's scoring 12 goals, that you can't look past that because that is impressive. And for a young player, doing that in a league where it's a bit slower, it has some sort of aggression, but not to a certain extent. It's like it's those are some good stats. so you can't disregard it. But I'm not sure about using shots conversion and comparing it to how many goals has been scored or shots that have been converted. I don't know. I don't know how reliable or valid that can really be in this case. But like I said, you can't disregard the fact that he's been scoring some good goals and at such a young age.
Yep, I don't want Caicedo. Anyone that guy has to make up. I don't want Caicedo. Anyone that guy has to make up his mind. He's not the only CDM in the world, is he? He's not. Geez, this one. But here's the thing. We're obsessed with him, and I agree. The same thing JC talked about, and that probably will lead to it. To Brighton asking too much. They have a Tremaine, Camavinga, Vardy, and Bellingham. They also have the old boys, Mudryk and Kroos and Cabarros. Don't downplay the quality of Caicedo. If you do, I can now help. Here's the thing. Like I said, I think Madrid don't want him. I don't think they're loaded in that area. The Saudis are gonna sign me instead. I think there may well be R7 grace. I'm serious about that. Now, this says, okay, this is having a conversation there. I have a 100% rejection rate in the 22-23 season. Nobody cares about a shot conversion rate. And that one is actually not that good. Yeah, go ahead, Ty.
Oh, Lord, Kimso, that's...
Hello, Coach. Any thought on Lukaku rejecting the Saudis? We've had that conversation. We did discuss that at length yesterday. There's one big problem with that rumor. Or the rumors, with regards to Lukaku's Chelsea future or a potential move to Saudi Arabia. It's conflicting. It's everywhere. One says he was offered 15 million. One says he's offered 75 and he's asking for 80 million. The other says, I think this one is on Daily Mail. They've offered him $20 million, which is nearly twice as much as he earns right now. I think it's on around 11 million pounds per year or something, close to that number. Yeah, so it just doesn't. That's why I'm finding it difficult to pick out which one of them to believe. It's just everywhere. Conflicting reports out there with regards to Romelu Lukaku's future. So there's no telling which is the truth, if that makes sense. Keep dropping likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. And Dr. MK7, nice to see you. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I am not saying Caicedo is worth 18 million, but that's what Brighton values him. Madrid wasn't in for him, was never in for him. They don't want him. Madrid wasn't in for Kante, when we signed him. If we go by your logic, Kante, okay, you're having a conversation, then I'm not going to go into reading that.
Yo,
seriously.
Coach, I'll have to catch you in a bit, man. Big up, man.
All right, brother.
Big
Thank
up,
you so much for finding the time to be with us today. I
everyone,
appreciate
man.
that.
Yeah, man.
Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 118 likes. I appreciate that. The aim was 300 likes, but 100 plus, it's acceptable. Coach, have you noticed that now Colwell is off the table? Caicedo is now being offered to anyone who paid the fee. The Sharks are succulent. Yep, there's blood. The Sharks are succulent. And I knew, again, our only edge will be Levi Colwell. But I still can say right now that we're not going to be able to still stand Moises Caicedо. And how do you know that Levi Colwell is off the table, really? I didn't hear anything to that effect, but maybe you saw something. That's why you're saying that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I appreciate you all. What else do we have? Do we have anything else lined up here to discuss? I'm not sure. Let me see. I think there may be one. This is Fabrizio Romano. His new tweet 4 minutes ago. He's saying, "Man United message to Mason Mount has been very clear in the recent days. A priority target for the club. So he's been communicating with them, and he wants to join them. The tweet he retweeted says Manchester United have sent message to Mason Mount confirming intention to insist in the next days. Personal terms not an issue as player keen on the move. Chelsea keep asking for 80 million fee, 80 million euros fee, and this is why the deal is not progressing. But they haven't actually put put in a bid. They haven't actually put in a bid. To me, I know we're going to sell him for how much I do not know. I think we understand it's a risk now. Since he's already talking with Manchester United, it would take some convincing to get him to change his mind. And they will have to, the club would have to make an exception too in terms of the wage structure, if that makes sense. It just sounds as if you frustrate him by not allowing him join United, I think he will opt to run down his contract and leave as a free agent. So I don't know whether you have anything to say with regards to that.
Yeah, that's the thing. We keep getting these updates saying that Man United have talked to his scam. They spoke to his scam. They've told him personal terms won't be a problem, but they have not even made a bid. They haven't said we will offer £10 and a bags of crisps, as they call it. There's been nothing to say that okay, we're going to make a bid. It's just talk. It's just hearsay. It's just try to persuade the player. And now that you've gotten the player side in terms of the personal terms, agreeing to be paid a certain amount or whatever, you need to make a bid. It can't be that you spoke to the camp, because you can speak to the camp and it doesn't even happen. We've seen that already. It's happened to Chelsea. You agree personal terms with a player, and then nothing comes to fruition, because at the end of the day, the selling club has to agree and come to a conclusion, or they have to have an agreement with the buying club or the club that has an interest to buy the player. So yeah, this is the question, and I still don't think we're gonna be selling Mason Mount for the fee that is being quoted. I think it's gonna be slightly less, and we will just have to accept it, because I think it's gonna be one of those deals that happen in the coming weeks rather than this week or early next week. I think it's one of those deals that will take time, because it's going to take some negotiating, because I don't think Chelsea are going to be bending over and just accepting any fee. But I think they'll come to a compromise and to a conclusion that Mason Mount is open to leaving the club, and if he's not willing to accept a new contract offer, then the best thing to do is to sell him. So yeah, but I just think that the fact that it's just talking to his camp, talking to the player, persuading him, and explaining project and whatever, it doesn't really matter, because you need to get the club to agree first.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is Mount is a priority target. Wow, please add. Yeah, if that's the case, add the more money to it. But like Ty has said, I think we'll sell him for a lot. For me, I'd say a lot less. Because 80 million euros, that's quite a lot. He's in the final year of his contract, probably less than a year right now. He has less than a year. So you see that we'll sell him now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me check his current contract. Or expires less than a year. I think that's correct. It's a huge risk. Mount cannot seriously come back to the club. We need to work this out. I think he ends up leaving. The drama has gone too long, and if he stays, I think it will be toxic. If he stays and underperforms at any time, it will be problematic for him. Man United will eventually pay up. I think we will eventually accept the lower fee. That's how I see it. They will pay up, but how much? I don't see anything close to 80 million euros. Just as they did for Anthony, Maguire, etc. Let us add another 10 million. Maybe, yeah. That may well happen. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 119 likes. Let's get it to at least 120 likes. Why are we only looking at Brighton for these many players? That's the essence of hiring all these sporting directors. I miss Marina and even Emenalo that who did a better job than this. I'm not sure if the truth is I can say, even though I'm not too sudden, we're not looking only at just Brighton. I think we're looking at other options, definitely other places that makes sense.
Other leagues.
Why were you saying something?
Southampton and other leagues. Listen, we don't know all the players the club are interested in. They could be even talking to other clubs right now. And the fact is, and I'm happy that person mentioned about the directors, because All directors are not going to be looking at one player and saying, okay, let's all work together to get Caicedo. They have specialty. That's what that is what their criteria is. That's the category that they work in. And we also have other scores as well. We have people that can spot players, and you do have Pochettino, who's gonna be making mentions of players that he's interested in, or you're gonna have alternatives. The club will be preparing for worst case scenarios just in case they can't get Caicedo or Lavia or whoever. There are other options out there that we won't hear of. And I've always said this. Usually we perhaps sometimes we do get our first choice options in terms of midfield or whatever, but there's other times where we end up signing players that were, I don't want to say last option, but they were the top options that you were hearing. And that is my major concern, because when we don't get our first options in the midfield, for example, we end up getting players who underperform, and then it doesn't really work out. So I'm hoping that we can get, but I don't believe that the players you're hearing are the only players you're interested in. There's going to be other options that if it doesn't work out, we approach other clubs, whether in the Premier League or outside the Premier League or in other leagues that are perhaps not as popular as the top leagues. You never know.
Yeah, quickly, just an update here. I appreciate you all in the chat. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. We'll be rounding up in a bit. It's been an excellent discussion overall. This year, a report of PYS quoting Jacob Steinberg saying Kai Havertz told Chelsea he wants to leave this summer. Bayern and Man City have also looked at the possibility of signing him. I don't know. It's everywhere. Some are saying, Pochettino likes him and wants him to stay. And some are saying, it's conflicting. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen. If he's told them he wants to leave, I don't think we'll be playing hardballs with how much you want to sell him. Sorry, I didn't show up. I had to prepare for exams and I had the flu. Here's the thing. You don't have to say sorry for that. Your education should be your priority. You don't have to be part of the show. But I understand. But thank you all for saying that. I sincerely do appreciate that. So this tweet also, this also quoting Jacob Steinberg saying, there's a feeling that Havertz has suffered from playing long spells as a Chelsea number 9. Mikel Arteta could give him the chance to play attacking midfield more often. Let's see what the club does. Unfortunately, I think probably at this time he feels like nobody will give him a chance to play in his preferred position at Chelsea. But let's see what happens. Man United will eventually pay up. My main concern is our Faxman messing things up, man. I understand what you mean by that. With that, I think we've come to the natural end of the show. I appreciate you all finding the time to join us today. It's been an excellent interaction with those in the chat and overall conversation. Ty, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, well, it was a great show, and the English transfer window is open now, and it's gonna be an interesting couple of months. We're gonna have some surprise signing, surprise exits. That's both happening in the English transfer window. We'll just have to see what happens. And I know that the panic bus is getting ready. It's probably the gas tank is being filled right now. And I'm the panic yacht owner. So if things go south,
panic spaceship pilot.
Yeah. So if things go south, I'll be ready. And there'll be space for anybody that wants to join. So yeah. But right now there's nothing to be really concerned about. We have directors. The situation is not as similar to last year when we had the new owners coming in. They need to settle in and whatever. And we have signed a lot of players already in the previous 2 windows. So it's not a case where we need to be signing a lot of players. If we sign 3 players, that is good. As long as we address the midfields or we start the process of rebuilding that midfield, then we can say that's a step in the right direction and we build from there. It's not going to be done in 1 window, and it's not going to be done in 1 season. It takes time.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. With that, we've come to the end of the show. What they see the big clubs who's interested in willing see a lot. Even I can see some of that. Get some sleep, Chichilla. Thank you so much, Constantine Dante. I appreciate that. Much love to you. This is it. Get your bus tickets there, folks. Yep, the panic boxes are well. Buses are well. Will always be available for those that are interested in joining. Driven, the driver is the Bluetooth game. The panic yacht, I think it's Ty. Yeah, the captain of the panic yacht. Thanks, coach, and panel. Hit the like, people. Thank you so much for that. 119 likes, and that's not easy. I appreciate you all in the Bluetooth game. Says thank you. Thank you to you too. Asma, thank you. Can we make this summer? Caicedo, Enzo, and Barilla. Let's see what the club wants to do. JC, thank you so much, Constantine Dante. Asma, Constantine Dante said, I go get some sleep. Chelsea, thank you so much, people. I appreciate you all with that. I have to run. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.